going, transforming the Shops at Iverson into the new safe community hub. DMV, get ready to enjoy the new food court. Opening late spring, early summer, featuring new restaurants like Chipotle, Quickway Hibachi, Tropical Smoothie, Wingstop, and free Wi-Fi. The Shops at Iverson, the original home of the world-famous Snickerdoodle cookies, is completing several cosmetic improvements to the mall interior, facade, and parking garage. The Shops at Iverson is the new home of GoWIN Media, comprised of the DMV's premier internet radio stations, GoGo Radio Live, and WIN DC Radio. For updates and more details, check out shopiverson.com. That's shopiverson.com.
Yeah, come on. DC, how y'all feel out there? Wherever you are, turn your radio up, turn your stereo up. We in here. Hey yo, Dante, talk to him.
I wear this jersey cause Chicago is my city, my home. 186 where I would never ever leave it alone. Papa gave the sticks, the church gave me the microphone. After OFO, I knew that it was time to roam. Had to head south to come up on the knowledge of my roots. Nashville, Cashville, I miss you. Southern bells, I had to ring them. Them alphas, I had to be one. After 07, this cat had to be gone. Came to DC to climb that hill they call the Capitol. Policy and hearings for 5 years I had to tackle. The fear and lack of self-worth that tormented my soul. Cause politics as usual make you feel cold. Went down a black alley, came out with a rare essence. After all, I learned a couple of lessons. Look, I could complain, but I came to see that DC's been good to me. It may not be your city or your hometown.
DC's been good to me.
Keep that go-go funk groove going round and round.
DC's been good to me.
Chuck Brown, R-E-E-U.
DC's been good to me.
Thanks for giving us that go-go groove.
DC's been good to me.
Timer for Carolina, born and raised in the South, couldn't have made nothing finer. As a teen, music found me, so I made my way to Howard University. That's a chocolate city, you ain't know. Off Georgia Ave and all the women that are beautiful. Graduated and I started to teach. Around that same time I found the go-go beat. One time for Chuck Brown, 2 times for Lil Benny. Backyard, the junkyard, and now you can get it. Some bands are old, some bands are new, but everybody know what that pocket do. The heartbeat of the city and it never stops. From Benning Road to MLK, best believe we rock. Yo, I'ma get this music all that I got. Hey, watch us rise to the top, no lie. Oh. Put your hands in the sky.
DC's been good to me.
And you know we gon' ride.
DC's been good to me.
It never gon' die.
DC's been good to me.
Go, still alive.
DC's been good to me.
Welcome back to the GoWIN Radio Show right here on GoGo Radio Live, Win DC Radio, all wrapped up in GoWin.media. I'm your host, Nico the GoGoologist, and my co-hostess, Miss Ladies in the building. And we have our very, very special guest who just came in. I'm going to tell you, if you're wondering what we just played just now, that right there was our guest. And I'm talking about my main man, Elijah, and Mike Burney, who matter of fact, are you comfortable with our old nickname?
Yes.
Okay. You good with it?
Always.
All right. And this is my main man. I'm going to tell you, we go back to 99 with the days of Touch of Essence and Stinky Dink. Who gave you that nickname? Come to the mic, bro. I know you used to smacking on the congos, but
My cousin Leon Rollins gave me that name.
Oh, okay, Leon, where we used to practice out of.
Correct.
Yeah. Who he got his own project.
76.
76 degrees. 76 degrees west.
Correct.
Yeah, man. They put out, man, that Earth, Wind, and Fire remake they made was vicious.
Oh yeah, I was on it.
Oh, you was on that?
Oh,
See, yeah, look at it, man. Hey, look, my main man, Mike Burney, for those of you who are not necessarily familiar with him, he's done a lot of national projects, international as well, but we're going to get to all that in a little bit. But I want to, Elijah, man, I'm really, really impressed, to say the least, with the project that I haven't caught you live. I'm looking forward to it soon. But I listened to the music, and we're going to play some more for all of y'all that's tuned in. You wondering what I'm talking about. But that track right there, DC's Been Good to Me, is just a small example of the quality music that you put out. First of all, you're a young cat, man. So
I get that a lot.
Yeah, I mean, you can't not be busting 35, right?
Nope. In January I'll be 29.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, and a lot of people say, "How do you? You're so young. How'd you get into this music?" But my mom's from DC, so she played growing up. She played all styles of music, jazz, R&B, reggae. But obviously, being from DC, she did play some go-go in the house. And then, me and my friends, we would sneak out the house and make our way into D.C. because I grew up in Silver Spring.
Right.
And
what part of Silver Spring?
Just on the border, actually, right? Boniface Street, Georgia Avenue.
Okay.
Right where it turns into Silver Spring from D.C.
So where'd you go, to Blair?
I was supposed to go to Blair. I ended up going to Einstein High School because they had a better jazz program at the time.
Okay.
And I heard, go-go music growing up. And then in college, I went to Howard, studied jazz there. And in my, second year of college, I got a call to play with the godfather of go-go himself, Chuck Brown.
Okay, you got to freeze right there. You just don't get a call. So somebody had to refer you.
Exactly. I got the call from Mousy Thompson, the drummer, who played with James Brown. But he was calling kind of on behalf of Brian Mills, who was looking for a sub. And he had talked to the other horn players in the band.
Another Silver Spring horn player.
Right, Brian.
Yeah.
And then he talked to Brad Clements and Greg Boyer, the other horn players in the band. They were he asked them who he should get to sub for him. And they had been playing with me in another group at the time. They were like, yo, call Elijah.
So you were subbing for Brian because he had his own project.
Yeah, because Secret Society was starting to pick up.
Right.
And that's one great thing about Chuck. He always encouraged everybody to, do their own thing and be their own band leader. And so when Brian, started his own project, he was encouraging of that. And he welcomed me warmly in the band as well.
Well, you know what, Nico, now that he's saying that, a lot of people probably don't know that about Chuck. Because if they knew that, it wouldn't be as many problems as it is internally within the go-go bands now.
Yeah, but Chuck wasn't big on band hopping.
But
as he's saying, encourage you to do your own thing is one thing.
Yeah, definitely.
But he wants you to own it.
Yes, definitely.
And when it was time to do that, he understood that basically. So he understood that of Brian, and Brian actually, a random little story. My mom had seen Brian play before, and she was like, "Oh, you gotta check out this sax player, Brian Mills." Full circle come around, and Brian Mills was the one that called me to play with Chuck. So
that's crazy.
Yeah,
that's crazy. And not only that, you was, as Miss Lady is familiar with you, as you was subbing in with Vibe Band as well.
Yeah, so I know band hopping is kind of sacrilegious a little bit, but I'm a sax player, got to make a living, got to put food on the
Well, not only that, Chuck's band wasn't playing on the regular as well, so that's a little different.
And since Chuck passed away, his band stopped. I mean, we still play a lot, but not nearly as much, obviously, as when he was alive.
Right.
And then around the same time, I met Derek through Chuck. Derek would sit in with Chuck sometimes, and after Chuck passed, Derek, came in and did a few gigs with us. And so that's how I met Derek and ended up playing with Vibe off and on basically since seems like 2012, 2013. And then in 2014 I started my own band, JoGo.
Okay. So before we get into JoGo, I want to I gotta transition a little bit to my man Mike over here.
Yes, sir, Mike Burney.
Mike, you've been since Touch of Essence, man. You've been on where a lot of Congo players get kind of caught up into what's going on just on the go-go circuit. You found your way outside of that, but still stay true to the craft. So talk to me a little bit, man. First, what happened after Touch of Essence for you?
After Touch of Essence, I went on the Capital Jazz cruise to perform with 76 Degrees West Band.
Okay.
And while I was on the cruise, I ended up meeting Mike Phillips.
Okay.
And he told me, after the cruise, he was going to get me to play with him. And he kept his word.
So let everybody know who Mike Phillips is.
Oh, yeah.
International jazz saxophonist Mike Phillips.
From Philadelphia. Yes.
Hence Mike Philly.
Yeah. I remember him from years back when I was working in the record store. And I was like, man, he's real funky.
Oh yeah.
He had his own little style. How he played. It was kind of it was a soulful urban twist to it, but it was a funky hip hop jazz.
Correct. That's exactly what.
And he's a true performer too.
Oh yeah.
Natural performer.
Yeah.
So go ahead.
So to pick up from there, I started playing with Mike Phillips. And he just, him coming from playing with Prince, getting with him, he taught me all the professionalism that needed to be, just beyond playing. So, he got me for the go-go aspect. But playing with him, I had to play things outside the go-go.
Right.
And that's how I taught myself everything,
Yeah, you've all, yeah.
You have to know things outside of go-go to be outside of DC.
And when you say things outside of go-go, be a little bit more specific.
Things outside of go-go, when you're on the road or playing with another artist, you don't always have to even play the congas. You have to play all aspects of percussion. You might play 5 or 6 songs with strictly tambourine. You might not even touch a conga. So you got to train yourself to learn all these things, and it's endless learning.
All right. You and I know.
Yeah.
All right, but for our listeners, because we do have a worldwide audience, we got people tuning in, from, which you've been around the world yourself, so I'm sure you can understand. People in Indonesia and Japan and Australia that tune in. So when you say things other than tambourine outside the congas, what other instruments do you work with?
Cowbell. That's one major instrument that I work with. Cowbell. Wood blocks, shakers, chimes, bongos, the djembe. The list goes on.
I don't know. What's the last one?
The djembe is the African drum.
Okay.
African drum.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's like a deeper Congo kind of, right?
Yes, and it's untunable. It's already prefabricated. You can't tune it.
Is it a natural skin?
Yes, it's natural skin.
Okay.
Yes.
I love this.
I'm glad you asked that.
Yeah. That's what we do here. You know what I'm saying? We dig like the grave digger. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
It just makes me just when he's saying that, it reminds me of the first time I saw Kim in concert.
Okay.
Like he has a
KEM for all y'all out there.
KEM, right? He has a small band, so he just came out like with no shoes on, and the percussionist. He played the chimes for like 3 songs straight, and it was just like, it's like he's probably one of my favorite people.
Where'd
to
you
go
see him at?
I saw them at the amphitheater in Raleigh.
Okay. Okay, because I caught him at the Warner some years back.
You gotta see him like outside in the elements.
Okay, no,
just like
no,
it's just a
no,
totally.
he
It was
put
a
on a hell
totally. No, I'm pretty sure he did.
because he was
but it's
up
like
there
a
with
totally different
he was
film.
up there with Najee, and Najee had a banging band.
Yeah.
You know, so they went back. You know, so it was a hell of a concert.
Yeah, and then to come out and you have like, okay, you in GoGo you might see bands that are like 12, 13 deep, and you see somebody that's like 4 people just pushing the same sound. With just, you know what I'm saying, with like 5 less people than you just saw. You like, oh my goodness, like how are they doing that? Like nobody's is an octopus, you know what I'm saying?
They're just that damn good.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, that's all to that.
Exactly.
And let it be known.
Yes, exactly.
So, I mean, we can go back and forth about our experiences all day, but let's talk about these 2 gentlemen right here. So, Elijah, man, being the young cat that you are, and on this, what's great about this, Miss Lady, is we bitch, moan, and grind all the time about how we got to get the youth involved. Yeah. And we got a damn near baby right next to us. Matter of fact, I still smell.
Well, it's a baby to you, okay? Yeah. Because I'm still young.
I smell the isomil sitting next right there. You know, I feel like I'm about to change a diaper over this joint. He's a young. I mean, I'm in my 50s, so you know, I'm looking at him like this is a kid.
I should have let my beard grow out this week.
No. You are right. No. Seriously, we always complain about the fact that we don't have our youth involved. So. For you, you know, your interest grew naturally, correct? Mm-hmm. You know, so my question to you is, when you travel the world, you see those other people that check you out. What is the interest that you see internationally for our genre?
That's a great question. And actually, so I've traveled internationally playing lots of different styles, but Mike and I were fortunate just recently to go to Russia on a State Department trip, and that was my first time attempting to take GoGo, you know, our music, DC music, to another country, which was a crazy experience.
How so?
Well, for one, taking it to one big thing I learned from Chuck was that GoGo music isn't just a music; it's a culture.
That's right.
And so taking it to a completely different culture, you know, like you have to kind of think about what, for starters, they don't speak English, most of them. So what can I say to them that is going to translate, aside from the music, because, you know, we do a lot of call and response and stuff like that.
Right.
But aside from that, just, you know, presenting the music in a way that's authentic, but also that this complete foreign country and culture can understand and appreciate. And Mike kept saying before the concerts, he was like, just wait till they get that beat up in them. And we played our very first concert was an educational workshop. And the second that we dropped a little go-go beat, and we didn't have a drum set yet on that one.
Correct.
We just had congos, we had cowbell, and I think Stan was playing something. This was just for like a workshop, so we didn't have backline on that gig. Okay. Our first performance was the next day when we actually had a drum set. And then when we really got cranking on the next show, they were just, you know, they were dying for it. And it just showed how universal, for one, you know, music is, obviously, but also this thing that we have called GoGo in DC. Like Mike said, once they got the beat up in them, they were all about it, you know, dancing, screaming. We had after our first concert, we had like a mob of people trying to get, you know, pictures and autographs, and it was a really great experience.
Mike, come on top of that, man.
Oh yeah.
I mean, how was that for you? Because that wasn't your first trip over there, right?
It was my first trip to Russia. Yes.
Okay.
It was.
Okay.
But like you said, man.
Oh, that wasn't the first trip for Paul.
Yeah.
Paul's been over there multiple times.
Well, Paul's been around the world. That was all of our first time in Russia.
In Russia.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he said it was his first time.
Yeah.
Oh, he's heading back over there now.
No, he's in London now.
London, okay.
Headed to Paris. that's just Paul we're talking about from Southeast.
Right.
Southeast international star. And that's the great thing about DC. You know,
we're DC radio family.
Yeah, people sleep on DC as a music scene, but we got floods of international artists based right here in PG County, in Montgomery County, in DC, in Virginia. The DMV's got it going on, so don't sleep on us, yo.
But go ahead, finish up, Mike. What you were
I
saying?
just know when we was over there, man. It's something about the beat, a go-go beat, it puts you in a trance when it's done correctly. You can't even refuse to not move when it's locked in. And that's what we did to the Russians when we went over there. We did.
Maybe you should went over there with Putin and them, and we would have got something.
Hey,
we would have got something done.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you said that actually, because like we didn't know this going into it, but we had a feeling. A big reason why they sent us over there was because of all the tensions that are happening between America and Russia right now. And when I guess the people that booked us heard the sound that we have, and they were like, "Yo, we think this music can build bridges and hopefully ease some of the tensions that are happening." And actually at our last concert, the U.S. ambassador of Russia came to the gig himself.
Correct.
And he said that to us. He was like, y'all are really, y'all are the real ambassadors because you're out here, building relationships, communicating with the people, and seeing, people that we're told on the news to hate face to face, enjoying our music. It humanizes everybody in the room,
I got an intrusive question to ask you.
Okay.
But I'm gonna wait till we come back from the break. I want to play some more of your music. Matter of fact, I need you to pronounce. Well, no, it's Dear Draylin for this one.
Right.
But it's an instrumental. How do you pronounce that instrumental?
That's Poinciana.
Okay, what's that mean?
I think Poinciana might be. It's either a flower.
It's a flower. It's a poinsettia. It's a flower.
Right. And
well, I would have grabbed that. So what's the Poinciana?
Poinciana is kind of spelled the same.
Smart ass.
I guess we'll have to look it up on the break.
She said it to me like, it's a flower.
I mean, I know what a poinsettia is. I know that's a flower, but I don't know.
That might be the origin of the word.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
but it's a jazz song written by a great pianist who's still living, legendary pianist Ahmed Jamal.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, so this is a remake.
Yeah, that's the only cover on our EP.
That's great. Oh, so you have a full EP. So is this all of it?
Yeah, it's not a full EP. It's 3 songs, but One for Pops, Poinciana, and DC's Been Good to Me is the EP. Dear Draylin is our last single, and we're working on a few more singles as well.
Man. Yeah,
trying to keep it flowing.
Nah, trying. Miss Lady and I, we have an issue right now. That the work is so good. We're wondering why the hell we ain't get more of that right out of the city right now. You know what I mean? So, but it doesn't matter. As long as we got it, we're gonna work it. All right. Check this out right here. This is Dear Draylin from the JoGo Project, featuring my main man, Fleas. You tune in right now to the GoGo Radio Show or GoWIN Radio Show on GoGo Radio Live, Win DC Radio, all wrapped up in GoWin.media.
From our hearts to yours,
his veins so amazing. While striving for greatness, a student, a son of basis. Life cut short over some hatred. Father, forgive them, for they know not who they took away. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust turns to clay. But that's not the highlight of this story. He was a master of his craft. Oberlin Conservatory recognized the talents of this young king. He beat the odds with his bow and his strings. He was one of us, he was one of you. Man fades to dust, but his impact is through. So say his name, say his name. I proclaim his life wasn't in vain, regardless of the race you claim. Our musical team's the same, as well as the pain. Rest in power, Draylen. I hope I see you again.
It's so peaceful when I'm with my people. Love and music keeps me moving. It's so peaceful. That's my people, yeah. He was one of us. He was one of us. Spreading all the love, yeah. I'm a believer that he was one of us. He was one of us. He was one of us. Spreading all the love, and I'm a believer that he was one He was one of us. He was one of us. Oh, he was one of us. 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 Oh, he was one of us. He was one of us.
That right there was Dear Draylen by the JoGo Project. You tune in right now to the GoWIN Radio Show right here on GoGo Radio Live. Win DC Radio, all wrapped up in GoWin.media. Miss Lady, you had a question for my man
He was
Elijah?
one of us. I like to keep on going with it. But yeah, okay. So
Go-Go.
give us when Paul, like we were talking earlier, Paul stepped through and he talked about you guys and talked about how you went to Russia and things of that nature. And he was saying that this was maybe one of his favorite cuts. And he led into the Draylen, but not really in depth. Can you describe to us or just tell us, Dear Draylen, what's the background of the song?
Yeah, it was one of those things where I was just scrolling on my news feed on Facebook, and whenever something, devastating happens, I want to click on it and know what happened, but, part of me doesn't want to know. Right. And this was one of those things, I saw the headline and I was like, oh, I don't even want to know. And so it took several days, maybe a week, and I read the article and was just instantly, in tears. Because it was a 17-year-old bass player. He played electric and upright from Austin, Texas, who was killed in one of the hate crimes. It was a series of package bombings where, somebody would send a package, you open it up, and it explodes. And it happened to him about 7 in the morning. He was the first one to wake up, open this bombing, and basically that was it.
At his home?
Yeah, in his home.
Okay.
And then so I started to, I saw the article, but started to look up who he was. He was only 17, and he was like a working bass player. He was playing with several different bands. You went to his profile, you see him in in a tux in one picture, in a suit in the other, just always representing the music really well. And I was just touched by the story basically. So Paul and I have been kind of collaborating more often in songwriting, so I'll write some chords and he usually writes the lyrics, and we've found this nice rhythm in doing that. So we got together. I said, Paul, this is the message of the song. I sent him a couple of articles. Same with Wes, the rapper. I sent him the whole story so he could come up with that verse. and basically it all happened really quickly. We came up with the song, and we entered it for the Tiny Desk contest, which obviously we didn't win, but the bigger reward was that his friends and family in Austin found out about the song.
Wait a minute,
Awesome.
you said obviously you didn't win.
Well, because if we won, you know, you would have heard about us.
Okay.
Because the Tiny Desk concert is a
Right.
big thing, you know,
Right,
they put
right.
you on. But
That's the one we saw the dudes from
Yeah,
Yeah.
from Canada.
right.
yeah,
But
yeah.
you guys, I mean, did you tape the Tiny? Because when I was on your website, it said, so was that?
That was our audition.
That was your audition,
But actually,
okay.
it was cool. It got us a lot of
Okay, little
notoriety,
recognition,
and
okay.
yeah, and it
Yeah,
got
okay.
circulated a bunch. And like I
Okay.
said, Draylen's family and friends found out about the song, and it was too last minute. They invited us down to try to perform it at one of his memorials. We couldn't make it, but we sent in a video, and they played the song and everything. And then about a month later, Mike and I had a gig at a little restaurant in Petworth, and it turned out they were on Draylen's friends were on a high school trip visiting
Wow.
DC. And
Get
so they
out.
found out we were playing and came to the gig, and we got to meet all his friends, and we played the song for them and everything. So it was a pretty magical moment. And yeah, so in my opinion, that's when the best music is written, is when something, you know, impacts you.
Oh yeah,
On that level.
Fans are nuts about
yeah,
that.
And
yeah.
if it, you know, if it impacts you and us on that level, hopefully it impacts the masses as well.
Look, I'm still blown away. I can't say it enough.
Thanks.
No, seriously,
because we plead, we beg and we plead for just, you know, music that's professionally done, packaged, you know, EP, bio, things, and it's just.
And you covered the whole gamut.
Yeah, that's how most. It's
You know,
not just one thing.
Well,
you know
also,
how.
I also got to give credit where it's due. This past year, we collaborated a bunch with these guys, The Beat and Path, and they actually co-produced Dear Draylen, and they really helped us get our stuff together in that respect. Like,
Tell us
like
a
you
little
said,
bit more about
EPK.
them. Who are they?
So I met these guys. Let's see, where did I meet them? Just kind of on the scene, but they were involved with the Marcus restaurant, Marcus Samuelson's restaurant that opened and has since closed
Right.
at the MGM
Right,
National
MGM,
Harbor.
Oh, that's the guy that got hemmed up?
No.
No,
I
just,
don't think.
they just,
think
you know,
so.
casinos do.
Yeah,
different-
yeah. I mean, yeah, it was just
the
an
Harbor does-
unsuccessful
yeah,
business.
Yeah, right,
But
right.
Marcus has got restaurants all over the world,
Right,
so he,
right.
you know, it wasn't a big deal for him, I'm sure. But so we actually, thanks to these guys, they knew Marcus, and we actually got to play at the grand opening of the MGM National Harbor in that restaurant, which was really great. Johnny Gill was there, so that was cool. And then that kind of led to a continuing relationship where it's weird in today's day and age, like, it's hard to have a separate booker and a separate, you know, PR person and a separate manager, because who can afford to pay everybody? So they basically, they became our lookout. Like, if we can get you a gig here, you know, if we can manage you here, if we can get you an EPK, basically, you know, helping us get it together in the more professional ways that a lot of artists like myself, you know, and I actually enjoy doing some of that, you know, administrative stuff, but it is a lot of work.
Yeah.
Right.
If you don't put the time into it every day, then you're gonna fall behind. So it helps to have help in that respect.
Well, that's a great segue, because the question I wanted to ask prior to us going to the music break, and I'm glad I did, because I loved all the music. But so for you, and you growing up in the DC metropolitan area and understanding the scene and what's going on, and please, I need you in on this as well. Do you find it that you get a lot more acceptance because I wouldn't say a lot more acceptance. Is it easier for you to get acceptance because you're not black?
That's a good question. And I will say,
Let me preface this.
uh-huh.
Because what's going on in the DC scene right now is there's a lot of money going into the DC cultural program.
Right.
And as we all know, there's a lot of white folks moving into DC.
Exactly.
you know, and so they look at things. It's just human nature. You kind to you're attracted to those who you're familiar with, look like you, talk like you, you know, and you cover kind of like both gamuts. You know what I'm saying? I'm bringing you this soul music, but I'm one of your own. And obviously, you know, you sitting here next to me, I don't feel no kind of way, you know, and I'm loving what you're doing. And like I said, you was a bad boy when I used to see you with Vibe, you know. So, but I'm just asking because on the political climate the way it is now, is it easier for you to get acceptance because you are white?
So, in order to fully answer that question, I should take a few steps back.
Please.
So my background.
And please don't go on me on Facebook right now and say, "Oh, Nico, there you go." But no, I think it's a fair question.
Actually, it's an important question too. So my background is I'm a mutt. I'm a mix of things.
Okay.
My mom's mom is Swedish. Her dad is Indonesian and Yemenis, and then my dad is Pakistani. So it's growing up, especially in the DC area, but growing up anywhere when you're a mutt.
Oh, you catching it?
You know, you're gonna face identity struggles no matter what.
Yeah.
I went through phases where I hung out with mostly Hispanic people because I was just around them. Never felt like I fit in. Hung out with the Asian kids, never felt like I fit in. Hung out with the white kids, didn't really feel like I fit in. A couple things. When I went to Howard University, and when I started playing with go-go bands, I still didn't felt like I quite fit in, but it was still a feeling of acceptance and family. And it was mostly because of music. It was mostly because of heart and spirit. You know, people know where I was coming from.
Because that's who we are.
Exactly.
We are loving people, and we've came into our situation because of those type of things. You know, we are naturally a loving people. And
you said it. People at Howard would say like, "Oh, that's one cool white boy," or whatever. You know, that's a white boy. But then actually, KK, Chuck Brown's daughter, used to call me white boy, and then she was like, "Wait a second, you ain't white." She looked at me. She was like, "I gotta stop calling you white boy. You know what? From now on, you Oliver Twist." So
I like that.
KK
That's
calls
slick.
me Oliver Twist to, I guess, you know, because I'm mixed.
Right.
But basically, not to digress. So a couple times, you know, maybe a video floated around and I'm mixed. We do have 1 or 2 white members, and then we got a few people from Southeast, a few people from Uptown. It's kind of like, you know, it's a gumbo of musicians. And there have been times where we get accused of being, quote, the white go-go band. And I think that moment is a test for me, because I could either be like, "Motherfucker, we ain't no blah blah blah," you know, I could freak out. Sorry for but
just don't do it again.
Yeah. You know, it could be an opportunity for me to show my ass, but instead I understand that for I want to say decades, but for hundreds of years in this country, white people have been stealing stuff. I'm sorry. I'm gonna start. You guys are gonna need a censor.
But no, we're not. You're not gonna do it again.
but it's, you know, it's because this is, you know, something that I'm passionate about, and so I get that could be a worry. But one thing that Chuck always prophesized was that when we are one, I'm not afraid. And he said some very important things to me. He said some supportive things to me. And after he left, I never imagined or thought I would start a go-go band. I just, you know, kept doing my thing, playing jazz, played with the Chuck band when they called me, started to play with Vibe a little bit. But after a couple years of not doing anything, you know, basically leading my own thing, I really felt it was upon me to do something different and to continue Chuck's legacy.
And that was going to be my next question. So you led into it just a little bit right there. Being the young cat that you are, being around a lot of vets, especially when you're talking about Boyer and just some of the people who's been, of course, Pops, Chuck. You know, what was it for you to be the baby of the bunch? Basically, because I think you was probably the youngest member other than, because you're younger than KK.
I was,
So you're the youngest that was in the Chuck Brown band, correct?
Yeah.
What was it that came to you, said, you know what, I want to start my own band. I want to run my own band.
It was a mix of what y'all are talking about. You know, people not having their stuff together, playing in other bands. And this isn't true of the Chuck band, thank goodness. Actually, Chuck and Vibe are pretty cool with it. But, you know, when you freelance, you see a lot of different things. And I just wanted an opportunity to one, run my own show and do it the right way. But two, it was like an itch. I wasn't playing enough go-go, and I wanted to be playing more. I had several friends who, you know, were jazz friends, but didn't know about this whole other thing. That were from DC. I mean, they knew about go-go, but you know, like Elliot, our bass player, Mark, our keys player, they're jazz musicians. But I felt like I pulled them in, and you know, really kind of forced them to learn about this culture that exists around them.
The best thing about what you just said, like Miss Lady and I'm sure Fleas knows as well, like you can tell when it's forced. The sound is forced. That don't sound forced. That's a natural flow.
It's organic.
Yes.
It's organic.
So and that's what's throwing me off. I'm looking at you. I'm like, this young cat. He done pulled together what I done seen some old heads. They're not doing what you're doing right now.
And that's
what's so impressive.
That's true about jazz too. And that's one thing my mom always noticed about me is that I, for one, respect the older scene, but also I feed off of them and I learn from them. And, you know, playing with Chuck, I can't help but appreciate, for one, like the go-go swing feel, you know, that classic go-go pocket. Right. Not the new age bounce stuff, which I also love too. But, you know, being with Chuck and playing with Vibe, Derek, who, you know, he's a big Chuck fan. He loves Lil Benny.
He's a Chuck.
You know,
he's
a Chuckologist.
Yes, yeah, he might as well.
Exactly. And, you know, just being around these, and I'm playing with Backyard a little bit too. So being around like Big G and some of these older people than me, just forcing me to, like, you know, understand the tradition, respect the tradition, and understand the culture and respect the culture as well.
And more so than anything else, was so impressive to me, Fleas, is that he has the feel for it. Because go-go is feel.
That's right.
I don't care what, before anything else, is feel. And this cat, he has feel.
That's right.
You know, so, I mean, what was it like for you when you first met him and you looked at this cat and you like, hey, he got this together.
He did have it together. That's why I approached him. He ain't asked me to play. I asked him, could I play with him?
Okay.
Because I seen the professionalism in him, you know, and he was a real musician. He played music, you know. So I just brought my element of strictly go-go, which I didn't really play music, and intertwined it with real jazz musicians.
Look at God.
Real ones.
And what's wild about it, like, he was real rough around the edges when I was working with him.
Look at
He
that.
was
And
real
look,
rough.
He's talking about the djembes.
Look
at it. Yeah, I'm serious.
I mean, he done came a long way. Cause that's,
Yes.
bro, we going on, it's 20 years now coming up.
Yeah.
And that's what it's about. It's about different people from different, you know, even genres, cultures, or whatsoever, just for the music.
Mm-hmm.
And embracing it, you know.
And I mentioned the older generation, and it's hard to, it's easy to forget sometimes that Mike is older because he has such a youthful spirit.
Right.
But when we are rehearsing, when we're practicing, we're performing, he's always kind of like the voice of reason, the voice of wisdom. And I mean, Mike, when did you start playing go-go again?
1987.
So if ever there's any question about something authentic, it's like, ask Mike, ask Fleas.
Oh yeah.
Shaheed.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Shaheed. I forgot. Yeah, because that was Dink's name for you.
Yep.
Yeah, he didn't call you Fleas.
Right.
Yeah, actually, when you sent me that text, I was like, Fleas? I don't know him by Fleas.
Yeah.
I was wondering if you were talking about Mike too.
So, look, we got a little extra time since our next guest is gonna be late, so we're gonna play the most important song that you sent us, and that's a tribute to the father, the Godfather that is. Chuck Brown. So, well, before we get into that, tell us what was behind. I mean, it should be the obvious, but I want it to be from your words. What was into you putting this track together?
Well, when I first joined the band, several people told me in the band, don't call him Chuck, don't call him Mr. Brown, just call him Pops. And because, like, to his family, he was just Pops, you know? And so everybody, hey, Pops, can I do this? Hey, Pops, what about that? And so when he passed away, I had this little melody going on in my head. And I was like, that's for Pops. I just knew it right away when I heard that. Even though it's actually not a go-go beat. It's kind of like it's got like a world beat feel. It's a little bit of a gumbo of musical.
But that was him initially.
Exactly.
A lot of people don't understand that.
Right.
You know, like people attribute go-go to him, but Chuck's whole feel was a worldly type of feel. And if you listen to his very early recordings, you would never really understand that. Okay, what you recognize go-go for today was what he started.
Correct.
If you really get into the old Soul Searcher recordings, that's not what you hear now.
Right.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah. And I mean, yeah, a lot of people don't know his background and his history. And I remember I was in the green room one time just warming up, and I was just practicing a little bit, and he was, you know, everybody was kind of practicing, but it got quiet, and I started playing Harlem Nocturne because I knew, you know, that was one of the songs, but we hadn't played it with him yet. I played a few gigs with him at this point. We hadn't done Harlem Nocturne.
Really?
Later on in the set, he hadn't called it, but he starts playing the guitar riff leading into it, and then next thing you know, we're playing Harlem Nocturne. So it was like cool that he had, like, you know, listened to me practice.
Oh, no, that's what a real musician.
Yeah,
does.
he had that musician's ear, and he really appreciated musicality in other musicians.
Was he hard on you like he is with most of his musicians? Because he has a crazy reputation for. He's fired a lot of band members and brought them back several times.
Yeah, yeah. His term was, son, I might have to miss you. If you messed up, you might have to get missed.
Yeah.
that's how he do it. And actually, the very first rehearsal I attended, he like laid the band out. He was like, "Man, y'all, I'm playing with no energy. I'm 70 at the time. He was 74. He was like, I'm 74 years old. I paid for your cars, your houses. Y'all can have more energy than that. I got more energy than all y'all combined." And then, you know, he kind of mentioned me. He was like, "We got a new kid in the house." He was like, y'all can do better than that. And I think that was just his way of setting the tone from day one. Like, if you're going to be in this band, you got to come with it.
There it is. Well, you definitely came with it with this track right here. So
Thank you,
this
man.
right here is called One for Pops by the JoGo Project. Keep it locked right here on the GoWIN Radio Show.
This is one for Pops. Rest in peace, Chuck Brown. Godfather of go-go. We gon' keep pushing the sound forward. Listen. It's the reason we're together, me and you. Got the drummer playing hot chop barbecue. Melodies rising, the love is in the air. Gonna take that go-go sound on everywhere. It's the reason we're together, me and you. Got the drummer playing hot chop barbecue. Melodies rising, the love is in the air. Gonna take that go-go sound on everywhere. I want to you, Lil Benny, and all the rest. Melodies rising, the love is in the air. Gonna take that go-go sound on everywhere.
Oh, I just want to go to a place where the melody, where it flies. I want to go to a place where the melody.
Go, JoGo, go, JoGo, go. Go, JoGo, go, JoGo, go. You probably never heard a sound like this before. Take a little bit of that jazz and mix it up with that go-go. The melody's rushing, you're feeling real high. Take your hands and wave from side to side. Now if you didn't think we'd be here for long, feel the groove as we put it in every song. Yeah, yeah. JoGo's here to stay. We love you, DC. Get up on your feet and feel the beat with me.
I want to go to a place where the melody flies. Oh, place where the melody.
Need I say more?
JoGo.
Yeah, keep it going. Keep it going.
Let me tell you something. I'm sitting here and y'all can't hear me because we had the mics off, obviously. But I'm so frustrated right now with our circuit because if this young, matter of fact, I do understand to some extent because in order for the music to thrive, the culture to thrive, it has to come from the youth. It has to come from the youth.
Yeah.
It was the youth that got this thing popping anyway. I remember Cre8tions was 13, 14, 15-year-old kids that started this. Junkyard started out as little kids.
Wow.
They was all kids when they first started in GoGo. All right, so we listened to, and you started this 4 years ago?
The band 4 years ago.
Yeah, 4 years. Yeah.
Yeah, and I got with Chuck about.
So, and you say you about to turn 29, so you was literally 25 years old, okay? Got introduced to GoGo. You say while you was in HU?
Well, yeah, I mean, again, I grew up around
Playing
it.
it, playing
But
it.
the first time I played a go-go gig was 2011. I was a student at HU.
That's what I'm saying. Where my frustration is coming in at. You know what I mean? This man put together a band. All right, is putting out quality music.
But he said the key thing. If you guys were listening on the interview, he said the key thing, and which playing with Dirk has taught me, and he will always tell me when we would go back and forth with each other. If you don't like what's going on over here,
right,
get your own.
That's right. Get your own. Yeah.
You know, because we were battled. Sing this, sing that. I'm like, Slim, hey, listen, if you don't like what's going on over here and what I say, get your own. Yeah. It's simple as that. You can't argue with that.
It's America.
You cannot argue with that. And if, just like he said, I wanted to run it my way, and my way was the right way. So, you know, not to say that nobody else's way is not, it's just not for me.
Right.
You know, I'll do what you say when I'm with you, but
my point is, it's not getting done.
It's a clear example that it's getting done.
Right.
You know
I'm
what
talking
saying?
about on a mass level.
Right, on a mass level.
It's so. All these jokers out here that's bitching, moaning, and complaining about I can't get no gigs and other. Get in your own lane.
Exactly.
Get in your own lane. This man he just created his own lane. This is jazz go-go.
Exactly.
Okay, and it's good. You know, I dare somebody to come to me. Man, that's some what? Please, you just a hater.
That's all.
It's like you hating on my mac and cheese. I hope you're listening. Anyway,
Shout out to Nico.
shout out. No, I'm not going to do that.
Leave her alone. Leave her alone.
I love my sister. You know that. Hey, look, that's me and Flea's sister right there.
Camise Lee.
Yes, we broke her in.
That's breezy.
That's right there.
Yeah, we broke her in. You know, so he know what it is. But please,
Yeah.
we was talking a little bit off air, and you was talking about how GoGo has changed. Please bring that whole thing back, because I don't want you to step on nothing. I want that uncut, what you just said. I don't need my coat cut. You know what I'm saying? I need a heart attack.
Give it to you raw.
Yeah, please. Just don't curse.
What GoGo needs for it to happen, it needs to play more music, less pocket all night. Ain't nothing wrong with pocket, because that's what we do. But you gotta play real, authentic music. All the covers and everything, man, leave that for the people that made it. Go make your own and make it cranking. That's how we gonna do it.
They can't get any more simpler than that. You know, because what's crazy about it, it's so much talent here.
Leave out the Go-Go Illuminati
Oh God.
and all that
please,
stuff.
yes.
They just say, no matter what. I saw a post the other day saying, no matter how many Christmas songs come out, they are only going to, the Go-Go Illuminati would only allow
Well, that's the same
the
person
pleasure,
putting out the same post.
the pleasure song that we played.
Correct.
And it's it's just, and it's saying that's just a cover. You know, Santa Claus is coming to town. I mean, you know.
Speaking of that, I gotta play that.
It's just, my thing is, I don't know of any quality go-go Christmas carols to play. I can't.
But no, we've had them and they just haven't been played.
just
Well, no,
saying-
they're actually coming out this year. I'm actually,
this year. I mean,
it's the
Christmas
first
is
time
next
in
week.
years.
Yeah, Christmas is next week.
Yes. But I'm just saying the first
Start
time.
playing them the day after Thanksgiving.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, first of all,
I'm just saying, just radio
we
stuff.
here
you know.
in DC have always forever, for whatever reason,
late. Last minute.
Yes.
Yeah.
I never understood that.
Yeah.
I never understood that. I mean, we want to be compared to the big boys, but you can't be behind in doing what you need to do.
And I really can't. I mean, I haven't had the pleasure of being on like any other level as far as, you know, mainstream. But I will say that it just can't be us. I think it's just everywhere. You know, like you can't just say DC, we just late. I mean, I'm pretty sure in different.
Well, no, I'm gonna tell you why.
You know what
I'm
I'm
gonna
saying?
tell you why I can
Different
say
states do
that.
the same thing.
I can tell you why I can say that. This is ours.
Yeah.
So if we waiting for somebody else, we late.
Oh, yeah.
Okay? If we can't get up off our ass and do what we need to do, which we should have been already done, we late. That's why I can say that. I don't care what's happening anywhere else, because anywhere else, they don't have this.
I understand.
You know what I'm saying? It don't come from nowhere else. This is homebred, grown, came from the soil right here in D.C. Mainly from where this man is from, Southeast.
Correct.
Okay, so there is no excuses. We late. We late. But Elijah on his stuff, you almost got me to curse.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's a never-ending, conversation why DC as a music scene can't excel, because there's so much, talent here, and I think part of it is the politics, part of it is the fact that you can make a living playing music in DC, and it, you know, not forces you, but it makes it easy to be content.
Yeah,
that's true.
You know, one thing that being around people like Mike and Just Paul, you know, people that just can't hold back their creative energy. You just got to keep pushing, keep striving for something new, and keep trying to, you know, do what we do, but stay authentic at the same time.
Well, let me go to your point right there. You said we can be content because you can make a living here.
Mm-hmm.
I guess that's part of the problem, and to some extent, because not just the musicians, but we as a people are content with the way things are. And honestly, the European ain't never content. Right. Never.
You said it
content.
off air. Many streams of,
you know what I'm saying?
Residual income.
So if we content, then we chicken feed. We eat, you know, it's easy for them to pick us and use the situation.
And they know that.
So I didn't bring you on to get this deep, but I mean, no, honestly, I mean, I'm feeling a certain kind of way right now, you know, because, and it's not hate. Or not, matter of fact, I'm exalted by the fact that you gave us this music today, and then you bring my homie, you know, no, real talk, you know, behind it, and because you know, me and Paul, we tight, but I mean, me and him go back like Cadillac seats for real. You know what I'm saying? So, speaking of Cadillac seats, yeah. I mean, man, tuck your shirt in, bro. Come on, man.
He off.
You act like you at the Rough It All contest or something like that. So look, we get ready to go to break. We're gonna play this last song right here. Matter of fact, did you ever figure out what it meant?
Yeah, it's a tree. Poinciana, a tropical tree of the pea family with showy red or yellow flowers.
Yeah, like the flower, like the.
Well, you know what? Flower. This song is beautiful, just like that. That's what makes it work. That's what makes it work. All right. I want to show my appreciation and gratitude. Miss Lady and I would like to show our appreciation and gratitude for you coming through today. You got to keep us on point. Hopefully, I can get you here in one of my concert series that we do for the community. That was very successful last year. We're gonna make it bigger and better this year. Hopefully with talent like you to bless our community, and they can understand that we give back to our own. Then they can really, maybe a youngin could come through. Seriously, a young kid. You know what? I like what they doing. I want to do that.
That's how it works.
Yeah. Because it's out, just like you said, you played in school, but they don't have music in school. I know in Maryland, in the
DC,
county,
they definitely pulled it.
They don't have no music in schools. They don't have. They don't even have a choir.
Right.
Like my daughter's like, I want to sing, Mom. I don't have a choir. And if you're not in the marching band,
that's another
other
thing.
than marching band, there's no music.
I used to hate teaching, and I've been forced to do it to make a living.
Right.
But especially doing it in DC, I've definitely grown to love it. It's just an opportunity to pass on.
The kids are so eager.
Yeah, and exactly. We all had that moment where we saw somebody doing what we want to do, and be like, yeah, I'm gonna do that one day. So.
Because that's how it was when we were little. We were like, man, I could do that.
Yeah, it's important.
I could do that.
Well,
thanks for having us.
No, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Elijah Balbed, thank you.
Yes, sir.
And my main man Mike. Oh yeah, that's what we do.
That's what
I do.
That's what he do.
That's
he
what
tears
I do.
He tears names up. I mean, it clearly says.
I'm like a lawnmower, bro.
Balbed. No, that's not what that says.
And my main man Mike Burney, otherwise known as Please. Touch the Essence family right here in the house.
That's right.
You tune in right now to the GoWIN Radio Show right here on GoGo Radio Live, Windy C Radio, all wrapped up at GoWIN.media. That Bama be planking is up next. We're back right here on the GoWIN Radio Show, right here on GoGo Radio Live. Win DC Radio, all wrapped up in GoWIN.media, coming to you live from the shops at Iverson. And that right there was the JoGo project. If you just now tuning in, you missed one hell of an interview with my main man Elijah and Mike Burney. And, of course, we cannot forget about the ladies from Cre8tions earlier on the 11 o'clock hour. But right now, we have, matter of fact, a lot of people don't know that John and I, our background is we kind of like started out in radio together. And while I was up there first, dealing with, as an intern initially, ended up becoming the producer for the Old School Go-Go show, thanks to my main man Craig Black. It ended up being something totally different when this Bama came on board. And I mean it figuratively and literally. DJ Big John, when he came on board, it was just me. At that time, he was just turning into Flavor.
I don't even know if he was Flavor.
Yeah, he was.
I wasn't even that Bama be cranking when I first came.
No, you wasn't. No, but he had just started the Flavor thing.
Okay.
Yeah, he just started. When you came on board, because he said he didn't want that go-go attached to him.
Can you please tell me what year it is? I mean, they'd be like, how long you been on the radio? I have no idea.
It was 2000.
That was 2000?
Yeah.
Okay, so Curry, you won. There you have it.
Yeah.
That's how long I've been on radio.
Yeah, 18 years.
Hey, that's a long time.
18 years. So, so we started back then. And I'm going to tell you the truth. Something I never told you before, John. I left the show because of you.
Why? Because of me?
Because you were the one that started pushing the bounce beat. Ladies and gentlemen, DJ Big John was the first one.
When I first got there, bounce beat wasn't doing nothing.
No, but you was the first one that started playing it.
Yeah.
And you changed the format of the show. And by me, at that time, I was called the Go-Goologist. Initially, I got the name the Go-Goologist from my main man Craig Black.
Okay.
So that's where it all stemmed from. But we was always talking old school go-go.
Right.
So when you came up, you kind of changed the whole tempo of everything. And by you being the DJ of the show, I wasn't feeling that. And what's crazy about it, I'm the first one Polo gave his single to. Drop the Chalupa. That was his very first single. And I don't even think we really played it like that. But what we did play, and we made it a hit, was Make It Clap.
Well, even before the Make It Clap, the Beat Your Feet song.
Yeah,
they had the song before Make It Clap.
Well, no, the Beat Your Feet.
Beat Your Feet, shorty, go ahead, shorty, Beat Your Feet.
Right.
That one right from the Hot Shots.
But his official single was Drop the Chalupa.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That was his official single that he came out.
90-some BPMs.
Yeah. So when he came out with that, and I wasn't a fan of it, I ain't gonna lie. But what I did like, what was crazy about it, is when we used to do the battles between track versus track.
And
remember?
They would lose, yeah.
Right.
Yeah. What was it?
We started that.
Yeah. Dang.
Man,
I know we used to talk about
we
had the night sound. What we used to call that, though? What was it
I
called?
don't remember what we called it, man. We're going back too far. We getting old now. We got gray hair. We can't remember all of that. But what I do remember was the first big battle we had was Shake It Out versus Make It Clap.
Right.
That was the very first big battle because both of those songs was huge at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And one week one would win, one week the next one would win.
So
I still got tapes from those shows that we
Wow.
had. Yes, I still got the actual cassette tapes.
Shout out to Six, but what I don't get, we always argue about this too. He said that's not a Beat Your Feet record, it's not a bounce beat record, blah, blah, blah. But as soon as you put on Shake It Out, anybody from that era, they start beat their feet.
Yeah. It's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You say what you want to say.
It's not a Beat Your Feet record. He said it's not the bounce beat.
And you know what was crazy about that, John, during that time? I thought What Bands Beat Your Feet was a better track. And yeah, I had something to do with it because I did produce the track myself.
Which song?
It was Beat Your Feet. That's what it was called.
Oh, okay.
We actually went into we went in the studio and did two tracks. We did Beat Your Feet and Dance the Night Away.
Okay.
And neither that to me they were Beat Your Feet was definitely a better produced track than those were because Funky Ned was the one who actually was in the studio that actually mixed that.
Wow, Funky Ned.
Yeah. So And I was sitting right there with him, and rapper will tell you, I did that track.
If somebody would told me I'd have been on radio 20 years.
Yeah, it's crazy. So with all that being said, my man, welcome to the GoWIN radio show for the very first time. Miss Lady and I were talking about you a couple weeks back when, and it's funny because we was at the show last week together at the Meeks, and so you made a comment on Facebook. Miss Lady, did you find it yet?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay.
Dang, Miss Lady.
Oh yeah, she vicious.
I got it.
Yes,
I try to delete this. I'm filtering my
She
page.
is
I don't know what.
Miss Lady's
No, because I'm going somewhere.
Miss Lady's the Google queen, Jack. Don't mess with her.
I got it.
Come on, queen.
So, and everybody knows that John is pretty transparent. If you ask John a question, he'll definitely answer it. So
That's been my downfall.
Yeah. So when this post came out, I thought it was pretty subliminal. I'm like, somebody not John Page. He ain't nobody done said this, and he ain't said this. I know that John ain't said this. So the post was, I'm gonna just put this right here. How y'all feel about these put together one night only bands that aren't really bands anymore? Personally, I think it's disrespectful to the culture and shows lack of respect for the profession.
Jesus.
With that being said, be on the lookout for my one night only band called Press to Be Relevant. We playing all Red Essence and Junkyard songs, and we gonna say we paying tribute to them. That's acceptable in GoGo now.
Do y'all know how many subliminals I had?
Yeah, what?
You know how many subliminals I had? And people just don't know, but people say, I say so much stuff, but if I really say it, like Mix get on me, because I don't say a lot of stuff that I really want to say. And I think when I finally do step away, I told Mix I'm going to write a book called All the Stuff I Wanted to Say About GoGo. Promoters, club owners, bands, myself.
It's gonna be like gonna be like a superhead Joe.
All the stuff I wanted to say, but I wanted to keep working, so I didn't say it. We was just talking about this the other day. He was like, "Yeah, I'll buy that book." That's what Mix said. I just been around this so many years, all my life, and since I was little, and I know you got to get out of the old school way, and I call myself trying not to be that person, be stuck in the old school. That's why I accepted the bounce beat and stuff like that, like Nico was talking about earlier. But a lot of stuff that's going on now in GoGo, it really saddens my heart, coming from where I come from and the stuff that I've seen coming up. And I be trying to say stuff the most politically helpful in my mind. It'd be that, and then it'd be taking a risk. Y'all knew how many edits and stuff I had to delete before I'd be like,
of course.
Okay, this is a separate.
Backspace.
Pastor won't call me if he read this, right? Certain people in GoGo won't call me, like if I put up, even between a radio station, like when I went through what I went through the radio when I was leaving not too long ago, I never said that I was like leaving the other radio station. All I said was it's a sad day for GoGo today. And they just ran with something like that. I didn't tell nobody, I didn't say it to nobody else. Only people that knew was the people at the station. I was fine.
And me, because I called you directly about it.
Right. But how did people get that from all I posted? If Mr. Dave, you look at the I said today was a sad day in GoGo. Yeah. And I felt that way. And I really feel like it's past my time on the radio, especially with my son being on there now. Right. And I'm 50.
Killing.
But he ain't killing for the culture. Let's be clear.
No.
He
would
if
have
he listen
money.
to GoGo, and if he play Go, it's back, maybe junk, and that's about where it stopped at for him, But that's his thing. He's been around all his life too, and he knew he had to go another lane to get the success he wanted. But I mean, what more? I feel like the bands. I feel like a lot of the bands don't love what they do anymore, and so why should I be like this great savior that's still playing GoGo on the radio? Like I get. And I'm not saying it because you hear, like, people like Cal that hit me and say stuff. Certain people in GoGo, man, it's because of you, da-da-da. Certain stuff. But at my age and doing it so long, I just don't, people ain't creating music no more. Another thing I was getting ready to post.
That's kind of the reason why I asked you, did you check out the interview earlier? because that's exactly what we was bitching about.
For real?
Yes, because this young man just left a body here. What is he, 29? 29. Started his own go-go band 4 years ago. Jazz go-go band.
That sounds good.
Put out
JoGo.
Great music.
Quality.
I never got none of that.
Oh, no, he just dropped it.
Oh,
So
okay.
yeah, you heard
Okay.
it first. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what we do here.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, you ain't. You know what? I'm sick of you always getting the music first.
I'm
I'm
just being honest. As
no,
of late,
no, I'm just saying that as a
my heart
joke.
not there no
Yeah.
more. With I ain't trying to break the next go-go band. No disrespect to go-go anybody. It's just the people that's involved in it now and their attitudes and the love and all that. See, people don't want to hear me talk like if I put go-go is dying or go-go is dead, I get 80 calls.
Right.
Yeah, we know it's dying, but you can't say that. Da da da. Hopefully that make you get off your butt. If you told me that I was getting fat, I tell you fat enough, maybe you'll do something. So if I tell you killing the culture, maybe you'll do something. Not we're gonna pretend like it ain't. Come on, it ain't nowhere like it used to be. We're excited. I tell you, if I did a What Band show and got 300 people, I was disappointed. Now they get 300 people. It's a celebration.
Right.
You know, not to single out What Band. I'm just talking go-go in general.
Right.
That's
So
because
you know,
the place they playing at can only hold 210.
Right. But
There you go.
if this was any other type of market, we'll say, you know, they really fell off if it's dying. If Nikes went from selling 50,000 shoes a year to 5,000, they'd be like, yeah, man, Nike job played out and died.
Right.
But because go-go means so much to us, we can't say what's real. It's not in the high schools no more. That's real. I couldn't imagine in high school, y'all can keep walking around with blinders and trying to play pretend.
Right.
See, you know, I'm going to try and be as sugarcoated as I can with some of this stuff.
No!
No, I am. I really am.
No, no,
you
not-
I'm going to speak from the heart, but I'm going to try to be sugarcoated.
Nah, you on the GoWIN radio show.
Not
You
that
had to
about-
tell it like it is.
Well,
Matter of fact, that's Miss Lady's line.
Yeah, but
I just stole her line.
but I
where I'm
understand
going
them. I
and the
understand
circles
them.
that I ran in and all that, you know.
I understand them.
And I've seen it, you know. I sat there and watched all these bands come up. Like I feel like certain bands like Chris T.O.B., New Impressions. I watched these young when they was young,
Yeah.
you know. Polo calling me every day about something, you know. Different people. I didn't watch, you know, what is so-called this new evolution and how if they look. I remember when they had so many places. Reaction can be somewhere fulled up. TCB can be somewhere fulled up. Now, you know, it's little bars and stuff that hold 100, 200 people, and that ain't a bad night. No. We supposed to be getting better. If that's getting better than y'all missing it. Y'all really missing it.
Well, John, this is we talked. We just got finished talking about it with Elijah and my main man Fleas. Is that it's not going to until we bring the youth in it. And if we
missed
can't
the
get
whole
the youth
generation.
involved, and look, we missed 2 generations. John, I was let me tell you something. I was in your old neck of the woods. I had the pleasure of having. They called us to represent the GoGo community, talking about GoGo Radio Live.
Okay.
To represent the GoGo community for Halloween out in the Southeast, over there, you know, on St. E's campus.
Okay.
And so where all the kids came out to get free candy and food, right? So I'm out there, and this, you know, all the various different go-go bands were invited. All right. The only people who showed up.
Were they invited for like a panel, or were they invited
No, they
to
was
play?
just invited to hand out
to give out
the
the
candy.
candy.
We had the candy. All you had to do was hand it out to the kids.
Yeah, they provided the candy.
We
and
provided
everything.
the candy.
Just to become a staple
Just
in the
had
community.
we
Right.
wanted the kids to connect to the go-go community,
Right.
right?
Wait
And
till
we talking about 10 and
till
under.
Wait till he tell you this.
So the only people that really showed up was my Bounce Beat radio team.
Okay.
All right. No other bands. Oh, I'm sorry. XIB showed up.
Taking into consideration, it was last minute. It wasn't.
Well,
really
it was no. They got the call.
What do you call last minute? Just curious.
It was a week.
you
a week is
you,
like-
you put that out.
No,
to
I didn't. The person who called me
Right, that's what I'm saying.
reached out to all the
A
big
week?
boys.
That ain't last minute.
No, he
Yes.
reached out to the big boys, but they didn't
Yes.
call Nico until.
Yeah, they called me last
They
minute.
called him like the
Yes.
day before.
Yeah, and I I dropped what I was doing and made sure I was out
Yeah,
there.
they reached out to the big boys and no response.
Right.
Called Nico the day before, and then
that-
that's
and
when
I-
he was,
and
you
can
know.
Did they have
Can
any
you get some people
imaging for
together?
the event? You know,
Huh?
that's a big. Did they have any imaging for the event? You know, Facebook and stuff like
Nah, it's actually the city was doing it. It was DC Events.
Yeah.
So check who came out. Georgetown basketball team. Matter of fact, Rudy DJ'd the joint.
that? Flavor.
Rudy.
He
All right.
don't even let me call that. He in my wedding.
So, I mean, at least I didn't call him Go-Go Rudy. All right. So anyway, we handing out the candy to the kids, but before each time I dipped into the bag, I asked the child, "Who's your favorite Go-Go band?"
Wow.
You know what they said?
What?
What's Go-Go? Now we are in the belly of where Go-Go comes from. These young, and I'm looking at the parents like, what the hell are you doing? So I asked the parents, do you like Go-Go? Yeah.
I can't talk. I mean, like John A. Just graduated college, and you know she been around it all her life. She know all them band members and all that. No, they don't rock with no Go-Go. None of her friends rock with Go-Go. That whole generation.
She doesn't like it.
Yeah.
She just doesn't like.
It's not that she don't like it. If it's on, she would join. She's not going to a Go-Go.
She's not going.
Anyone she been with me? No. She come home from college. You know, she here now. She's not going no Go-Go. Nah. She'll go see her brother play. That's about it. It's the evening.
Right.
They clubbing. They
I
popping
would
bottles.
never thought. I couldn't imagine. You know, like even when I was riding around with a tape in high school and stuff. Not to tell my age, but I just couldn't imagine.
You
my
just
kid,
told your age. What the hell are you talking about? You not to tell your age.
When I said
Don't
the
be
tape, the
50
cassette
now.
tape, riding around in the car with a cassette tape, and very excited about it, and you know, I couldn't imagine that my kids, but with my affiliation with Go-Go, wouldn't be the same. You know,
It's just a difference, like, because you're saying she just graduated from college. So when I went to college, we did college tours. Like, I used to, before I even went to college, I was going on college tours with Junkyard on the bus.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So when I got to college, we look forward to Junkyard coming down, RE coming
Same
down.
thing.
You know what I'm saying? We
RE
look forward to
could
that.
tell us
Now, the bands are really don't come down. They looking forward to Shy Glizzy.
Right,
And,
right.
you know what I'm saying? Old school, Cue the Fool. And, you know, like, they just don't, it's just.
And look,
being in high school, I mean, going into high school and DJ now, I just remember where it was. Like, as soon as I'm playing 15 minutes, they was like, I know you can play some Go-Go. That band will be cranking, blah, 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 blah. Now, they don't even come and ask.
Nope.
I can do a high school, and I might do one Go-Go set.
Yeah.
At best, one Go-Go set, and it might be 20 minutes. As long as I got all the people you was getting ready
The
to
trap
name,
music, yep.
not just trap, the
The
local artists,
local DC trap.
they know every syllable of
Yeah,
that stuff.
Yeah.
Every syllable. And shout out to like TOB, because I do be on some of them high schools with them, and they doing, you know, they still do their thing, but
You know why.
and they the youngest of the bunch.
they're not young though.
No, I'm saying
The youngest, right.
Listen to what I just said. They are the youngest of the bunch.
When I was in high school, Bugs and them was in high school.
Right.
So the youngest that's seeing T.O.B. now, they not in high school seeing high school.
Right.
They seeing their uncle.
And the thing about it is, I think what makes it difficult for the youth is because working in the schools in the county though is a little different than DC, I suppose. But you have to be an approved vendor.
Oh, the approved vendor. You can get around that. But
You can, but I'm just saying as entertainment. No, I'm
That
just saying
paper trail, that paper
as
trail.
entertainment, you
DJ
have to
Technique will say what's up.
you know.
Every time I say what's up to all the DJs.
And of course, Mix is on the live.
I'm gonna give y'all a blueprint to get around the vendor list.
Yeah,
with
you know,
DJ
just
Radio.
to be an approved vendor.
To be
So
approved
they always say, "Oh, that's the reason why we can't have these go-go bands. They gotta go apply, be an approved vendor. You gotta what kind of music?" And I was like, "So, but you let the DJ play." But you know you gonna get the band. You know what I'm saying, the rhythm in the road. But you
Right.
let the DJ play all kinds of.
And then you be
crazy
on the
stuff.
vendor list and they be trying to pay you pennies. I be like, you done made this so much business. I got to keep it so much business too. I'm on my Davis DJ now.
Exactly. Exactly.
You know, we got a paper trail. Come
Yeah,
on.
so it's just crazy about the bands because the bands are not going to want to do the legitimate paperwork to get approved vendors list.
That's what they
Is
manage
it worth it
for.
though? But if
I mean, it can be.
And then the paper
just
trail-
imagine,
how you gonna-
John. If you're the only band in PG County that's on the approved vendors list, and the kids want a go-go band.
See, that's the problem. If that's the problem, if you might get some of those work, but now the kids have so much power with who the entertainment is. If they don't really like the band, it don't matter that you on that vendor list. So what? They ain't gonna just settle for.
But
for
they don't
Vibe
have.
or
They
whoever
don't have
because,
none
you know,
of. No, they not gonna do that. I'm
but-
just sucker about
So,
it.
so
But-
even if it's one of the ones, a lot of these kids, that ain't their lane.
Yeah, but if it's nobody on the vendors list, we'll have regular DJ and we can have new impressions. They'll be
Right.
like, we want new impressions. If we can't get Q the Fool, then let's go new impressions. They gonna hit some of Q the Fool. They gonna hit,
Right.
maybe they'll bring him with them to play with him or
Yeah.
anything. But the bands will not. And the principal at the school that I work with which is Friendly,
Right.
she says, tell the bands to get on the list. It doesn't cost anything. It doesn't cost anything to become an approved vendor.
At least when I was trying to do it the official way, you had to have insurance or some other stuff.
Well,
So how many of them-
the entertainment does. I know I do. I had to have insurance because I'm a vendor also, but the entertainment doesn't. They just have to be able to. The schools have to know that what kind of music, stuff like that. Maybe they give them like a CD or something, things of that nature. But the entertainment doesn't.
John,
have
we
to
gotta
have
bring
it.
you on here a couple more times. We got some jokers tuned in today. We got we got my main man Meatball.
I ain't even
turned
reached
in.
here yet. I ain't even reached.
You all right? Relax yourself. You enjoy this interview.
We on the
'cause-
Win DC and the Go-Go
Well,
Radio
well,
but
side, so.
we got my
Well, my
main
other
man
half-
Derek from Vibe. DJ Know Me, who's a big fan of yours. Now, one thing about that, do you know him?
Yeah, I don't know him personally like that, but I know
He's-
proud of what he's doing.
he's
I've
on
played his stuff on the radio before.
He's on the station now, and
that's
he's
what's up.
my young protege. And the reason why I love this young brother is because he's respectful to those who have been in front of him and done that work. So respectful.
I got to see that for myself.
No, I'm telling you, he's.
I was in Say It Go last week, and the dude was like, "Man, you a legend. What's up, man? I just want to shake your hand. Blah blah blah. I respect you. That sort of. They gave me all. I was like, all right, cool. I can't remember his name, so I ain't gonna be able to say it. But then the next 30 minutes in there was torture because he couldn't mix a record for nothing, couldn't mix Kool-Aid. And I'm like, if you love what you do, that wasn't acceptable when I was coming through. Right. So if you can't tell me you love what you do and you willing to sack. So he was talking okay on the mic, shouting people out before us playing records.
Maybe he should be
I
an
think it's
MC.
a disrespect to the craft when you really get in front of people and you can't mix or put songs together. I don't think you should call yourself a DJ. Yeah, I like well, I can't say that guy's name either. Like somebody said, sometimes you need to stay in the basement. Sometimes you need to stay in the basement. Mix know what I'm talking about. We was just talking about this legendary DJ was like, there's a point when you got to know to come out the basement, and a point to know that when you should still be in the basement as a DJ. And that's no disrespect to nobody. Right. If you can't mix records together, and EI, you got some people that's out here, that's been doing it a long time. That I'm gonna be nice, Dan. That really can't. That really can't put them together. And anybody can play go-go. I can give somebody that don't DJ. A dude from out of town. I can give you all the hot go-go, and if you're just familiar with music a little bit, and you can drop them on beat, you can do better than some of the guys that been here all their life because they and been mixed. No, I'm serious.
I love it.
When I go out and see people, I think job security. I be like, please, if this is what they doing now, there's gonna always be work for people that can really mix and stuff like that. Right. Scratching, that's your thing.
I blame the promoters. I blame the promoters on a lot of stuff.
It's acceptable playing with Red. Ask me talk about this all day. How do you get to play with Red? I said, you can't mix. How does this happen?
Because
of money. No, it ain't. No, you get in the bag anyway. The people, it ain't the money. It's just fact. Nah.
No, I'm just saying you might be affordable. I don't know.
You making the money. Everybody affordable.
They make the money, but you don't want to pay it. You don't want to. You want to pay who you want to pay. What you want to pay.
That's the same thing as.
That's why I say I blame.
I don't know if you saw my post. I put it up there. I mean, I don't think inadequate singers should be able to stand on the stage with Sugar Bear. I just don't agree with that. And I don't want nobody to take it personally.
What'd you say?
I don't think that if you are an inadequate singer, you should be able to stand next to a legend on stage and perform. And I'm not going to call out nobody's names, but I've been watching this in different bands where people be like, how do you get to play with Sugar Bear?
Right, yeah.
How? Come on. Oh, I'm the only one hear this. Okay. I'm the only one. I can't say
understand.
I'm the only one. I could go through a litany of band. I don't mean to put band out there like that.
Right.
But over the years, it's been bad. But see, that's why I can't come here and do these interviews.
Yes,
I can't do it, man, because it's too dear. This stuff wasn't happening years
Hey, look,
ago,
this
man.
is what we about to do. We about to go to a break. We're going to play some music.
We don't never go to breaks when we want to go to damn break.
No.
I don't want to go to the damn break.
You told me.
I did tell you that, but on specific
so
stuff.
don't be no hypocrite.
Okay, now you want to start the day what I've been saying.
No,
because
I
we
got
had
issues
these
for
long,
days.
drawn-out conversations. I'll be like, Nico, play some music, dog. Listen.
I'll tell you, I got issues for days when I write this
but
book.
look, hey,
I love playing the keyboard. You got on Jordans, but you walk in carrying your keyboard with no case. You don't love what you do.
With duct tape around
You
it.
don't love what you don't tell me you love what you do. Come on.
Hey,
You
look.
love what you do. You're going to treat it better than that.
Well, you know what? You say we're gonna take a break. When
We
we
got
come
a
back,
brand
I want
new
to ask.
single.
I want to ask about. When we come back, I want to ask about how you say. I want to ask about your brother.
Frank White.
Oh.
Yeah, I want to ask about your brother.
Oh,
okay.
And when
Your
we
brother
come
and
back.
your son.
Yeah.
Because I got something I
come
want to
back.
say about your son that yeah, but look, I want y'all to keep it
Yeah.
locked
Don't
right
set me
here.
up.
No,
Don't
this
set me
no,
up.
no.
Definitely
This is
not.
nothing but love
Yeah,
right
it's
here.
nothing but
It's
love,
nothing but
right.
love. So y'all tuned into the GoWIN Radio. So hey, look, share this post right here.
Somebody
this live.
tag me so I can share it.
Yeah, I got you.
I share too.
Yeah, go ahead. Hit John.
And so we
with
got
it.
a lot of stuff. Ryan
hit John.
Eugene Hudson. Are you familiar with Ryan
Yeah,
Eugene
yeah,
Hudson?
yeah.
So he's going on.
Oh,
he talked to the youngins. Talked to him. He was like, "Yeah, you play for Red Essence because them DJs charge $100." He said, "Let him shut
See,
up too."
Let me be clear on one thing. So, and I'll be transparent and honest. When I started doing the Go-Go's, I was getting $50 and I was happy about it. But I was playing 5-6 nights a week and I had a government job. So I still was never broke because to me, I made money every day. And then shout out to Coop who took me up to 75 and I thought I arrived, thought I was getting it, Right. So I don't knock what I don't have so much a problem with what they're accepting. You got to know your worth. If that's what it is, line yourself. Like what I ask to get paid, people sometimes say is too much. If I can't get it, then I probably would lower it or I would get out the business, one of the two. So beyond all of that, be qualified. I don't care if you $50. I shouldn't get a different DJ for the amount of money.
Yep.
If that's what the market dictate, I shouldn't have to deal with a singer that can't sing on stage because he fit the budget. I shouldn't have to. If this music is what it is to us, we shouldn't have to deal with that. We shouldn't have to deal with you say. And it's been going on for years. Stuff like we're going on break, we be back in 15 minutes. You meant an hour and 15 minutes. That's what you meant? Mm-hmm. I just think as far as the craft and all that, for go-go stuff that's acceptable, being late, doors open at 9, the first band hit at 12:30. Really now? You came to hear the DJ for 3 hours. No. And I'm the DJ. I know you ain't come to hear me 3 hours before, That's this stuff is acceptable, easily acceptable. And I think a culmination of all this type of stuff has got go-go to where it's at. Now, in terms of the solution, I'm lost. I'm not trying to break the next go-go record. Yes, I said it. I'm 50. John is not trying to break the next go-go record. If you give it to me, and that's everybody think their whole CD is hot. Y'all really think at 50, I got time to go through your whole CD and find out what I think I like. I can't do it. So and then the bands know, when you send me your whole CD, I never even listen to them. You send me two tracks, 3 tracks, I might can fight through that. One, the sound man are horrible. Now, see,
Look, Music Man Jay just chimed in too.
Hey, look. Hey,
Do Dirty just chimed in.
Don't disrespect it.
No, he just chimed in soon as you said that.
If you got feelings and you in go-go and you know you
you might want to come up.
out.
Yeah, you might want to come up off this live. Hey, but look, shout out to my main man and son of the legend, Chuck Brown, Nikos Brown for tuning in.
That's my guy.
That's
that is
right.
my guy.
That's
You
right.
know that.
That's why I dropped that.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So hey, keep it locked right here. We about to get deep, 10 feet deep with my main man.
Really?
Yeah.
That how deep you guys are going?
Yes, 10 feet deep.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
You tuned in right there to the GoWIN Radio Show right here. GoGo Radio Live, Win DC Radio, all wrapped up in GoWIN.media.
Dashing through the snow on a one-horse open sleigh. Santa Claus, coming to the go-go.
'Twas the night before Christmas.
and all through the house. Not a creature was staring, not even a mouse. And all the kids from all across the land watching out, looking out for Santa Claus with all their gifts. You might see them in the Midwest or the East Side or the South Side of the map. But look, Santa Claus in the go-go, y'all.
Santa Claus, straight to the go-go.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Santa Claus, straight to the go-go. Santa Claus. At the house on the Christmas Eve, rolling up the gifts under Christmas trees. Had a couple drinks and I'm feeling fine. Fireplace is burning with the Yuletide. Everything is love on the go-go scene. Mom cooking chicken and collard greens. All I want for Christmas is some green dank, a fresh pair of Adidas and some gangsta nights. What you want for Christmas, I'ma wrap it up. It's lime green in the house, the dog Frank, what's up? Everybody drunk off the Christmas cheer, saying very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Santa Claus, straight to the go-go.
Merry Christmas, baby.
Santa Claus, straight to the go-go.
Children take the ride. He sees you when you're sleeping. He knows when you're awake. He sees you when you're sleeping. He knows when you're awake. He sees you when you're sleeping.
Oh,
wait a minute, hold up. Divas ain't got the milk and cookies. Shamika, she got the milk and cookies.
Christmas is here, ring and get too young and old, meek in the bone.
And Tracy got the eggnog and Henny. And Temperance got the eggnog and Henny.
All kinds of bells, sweet silver bells, all seem to say, throw cares away.
Oh, put the kids to bed and let me stuff that stocking. Santa Claus to the go-go, y'all.
Santa Claus, straight to the go-go.
Merry Christmas, baby.
Santa Claus, straight to the go-go.
Show do dream goodbye. Oh, now, hey, the 360 got something for you. And Naptown love the go-go, y'all. A dog crank got something for you. And down the road love the go-go, y'all. Hey, the 360 got something for you. And Uptown love the go-go, y'all. Come on, and 360 got something for you. And Southeast love the go-go, y'all. And 360 got something for you. And nigga Heights love the go-go, y'all. Hey.
Wait a minute, hold up.
DOC dark faces, you know. We about to rip this thing, yeah. We gon' make this thing lit. This about to be that fire.
You already know.
Now, if you wanna have yourselves a good time,
Yeah.
we need y'all to party with us on this tune right here.
come on now.
So when you party with us, we gon' party with y'all.
Yeah.
This gon' be a family affair, you feel me? Baseline.
Come on, Doc. Hey.
Baseline.
Come on, Doc.
My baseline.
Play it, Doc.
Now, if you're feeling real good,
Wait a minute.
put your hands up and let me hear you say, hey.
Southeast, let's go. Minnesota Avenue. Alabama Road crew. Hey, Southwest. Whole party the best. Hands up, let's get it, let's go. Uptown and Northeast.
That's how we do it, get with it. Make it say, DC make it say, place you know you go and make it say, and it's so good, girl, we make it say. Northside make it say, Southside, Southside make it say, East side, West side, yeah, we make it say, MVV, yeah, make it say. Chicago! Hey, Tampa Bay! Hey, Miami! Hey, New York City! I said Southeast! I said Northeast! I said Southwest! Northwest! Hey! I live in Peru! Know what to do! Come on, girl!
It's been a day I can't forget. The party is lit, I ain't ready yet. I got a guy in about that. I came to see if you can make me sweat. Heads moving, sexy grooving, we don't care. We're all up in here like just me and Dummy. We came to party, we starting to dance.
I'm so
I know you like it like that.
I can't help but move. I'm so into you.
Yes, sir.
Watch me catch me
Nice to know one time. Wait a minute, break it down. Carolina. Michigan. Hey, Dallas. Houston.
Everybody say
Minnesota, come on. Hey, Philly. Hey, nice to know one time like that.
We came to party, we
I'm
starting to
trying to
dance.
say, we got some hands up.
we out.
Hey, look. I didn't play the long version. Yeah. Hey, look. If y'all can catch the behind the scenes, that's a
My
anything
phone
right
won't
here.
stop ringing.
Yes. If y'all
How
can
you
catch
gonna
behind
not
the scenes.
unmute me?
Oh, I'm sorry, baby. Matter of fact, oops. No, I pushed the wrong one.
Yeah.
Close that one. out.
Yeah,
There we
uh-huh.
go. Hey. Shout out to my main man Doc and the Faces You Know crew for putting out a nice little party joint right there. I
Is
don't
that
care
considered original?
I would guess.
All right.
I don't know where it stemmed from. Do you?
I had this debate. Well, you hear it's driving me out of my mind.
It's driving me
that's right. That's
out
why
of
you was hitting
my
that.
But
mind.
hold on.
Okay.
So like when Puffy remixed the song, this is so sidebar. When Puffy remixed the song and took the original, he took a piece of it. To me, those were still originals, but to the community, they was like he's stealing da da da. I think if you take that stuff and get creative, when you play it the same way and cover it, that's one thing. Me and Mix argue about this all the time too. No, if it's in there, it's not an original. If it got a sample, I was like,
it's a difference between a cover and a remake. There's two different. Those are two different things. If
are
you-
the remakes acceptable in GoGo? So what do you call that? The Doc song, is that a remake, original? I would like to know
I
what
would
they
call
call
that
it.
original. They just took a sample and remade the song. So
the industry that's paying the bucks, what they gonna call it?
You gotta get, they gotta get permission.
Yeah, well, not
Like,
get permission.
like
you
the
gotta pay for permission.
Like
Yeah,
the
but for real,
like the
just-
pieces, like the pieces of me
Right.
thing. You got to pay for
Right.
permission to redo that.
Now, me being in GoGo, Pieces of Me, that's the original because I didn't know the other version until after I knew her version. That is the original to us.
Right. Right.
When,
Yeah,
when I played, when I go on my corporate gigs,
And then the original doesn't sound nothing the way Essence played it.
when I play on my corporate gigs and I play that joint, I feel like I'm selling out, and it's her song. I feel like
Jessica.
like whoever with me working or whatever, they be like, "Oh, you're a sellout. You're not gonna play the Miss Kim version. You selling out." No, I'm not gonna play the Miss Kim version.
Hey, look, you getting a lot of DJ love over here. Shout out to my main man, DJ Chuck Classic. Are you?
Oh
you-
yeah.
Now
he
that-
be doing this thing.
Yeah.
And he can mix.
There you go.
And he can mix.
Hey Chuck, hey he just. Hey, I want to wish him a good health. He just came.
Don't
from-
DJs don't start asking me can you mix because I'm gonna tell you.
Yeah. Now, he just came. Chuck just came from surgery, some serious surgery right now. So I
Okay.
want to show him some love.
Prayers up, man.
He's recovering well. So shout out to my main man and the GoGo Radio music director here. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But he can mix. I'm so
Yeah.
glad.
Yeah.
It's been funny. Oh man.
Yeah. So look,
Okay, go ahead.
Miss Lady, did you want to follow up from where we was at?
Go ahead, Nico.
All right. Look.
Oh no, so I did want to ask. Okay, so we were talking about DJ. So
there you go.
Okay, you have
ahead, Nico.
no, you have a
My little brother.
Yeah, you have a brother and a son that's into the business. Do they have you to thank for their skill set, or what do they have you to thank for?
Sometimes I wonder.
Take them separately.
Yeah, just break it down. Yeah, do your brother first, and your brother. Tell everybody who your brother
okay.
is.
Well, let me first say this. In addition to like, dang, I got to filter some of the stuff. Okay, I don't drink or smoke. Never have. I don't drink.
Why you gotta keep on saying?
I gotta filter some stuff. I do, yeah.
Come on.
Especially what what I'm going to, man.
Okay.
So, certain parts. One, I don't drink or smoke. So sometimes the feedback I get on some of the stuff, the negative. People always come. They don't come with you with the positives too much. Like they're not gonna talk about how much. Like every time a major artist come, my son or something is with them or whatever, they just quick to tell you something negative. When they call me, it's always something negative with Steven. People that know me was like, your son killing it, blah, blah, blah. But I get so much negative stuff. And then I tell them, what's going on. I always talk to them. And so same thing with my brother. They'll talk about the negative. But when I hear both of them DJ, and anybody heard me DJ, first of all, I'm a combination of about a lot of people like Easy, Mix, Rico, Flex, all these people. I feel like I'm all them in one, in my mind, because I cheated.
Those are your influences.
I cheated. No, not just influence. I went even, I used to go down St. Thomas more and see him. Anyway, I would write down, I'd go in there, phones wasn't out there now. I would go write Mix. Oh, he played Before I Let Go with All Night Long. Right. And I would go, my show, what you think? I would copycat. That I did. I would copycat what they did. It worked well here. Right. It's going to work well at this cookout. Right. But when I hear my son and my brother, especially their transitions, the way they talk, like they both, in my opinion, as far as technicalities of DJing, they do stuff that I've never been interested in terms of scratching and all that other stuff, because that stuff never made me money. Nobody's never came to me like, I want you to do my cabaret, can you scratch and cut, blah, blah, blah. So it's always been a business to me. But they have the skill set, like Frankie can take an instrumental and an acapella and play it over there. Like, you never hear me do that stuff. I don't have that kind of patience. But he do that stuff similar like Easy do. And when I see him do that, I respect him because that is own. But when I hear him, if you listen to him talk and you listen to my son talk, you listen to me talk. The way they talk over their songs, what they say in between, not the way they involve the songs and what they do. But it's so crazy because when I first started hearing Steven coming along, I felt like I used to have to make him talk on the mic.
That's what I was about to say.
You would never believe that now.
Yeah,
but deeper than that is, and when I go and I don't get to hear him talk because I work just as much as he do, give God the glory. But the times that I do get to hear him, before, when I was hearing him, he would like Beyonce, drop down low with it. I might have got the low part. I said, stay down low, blah, blah, blah. And I would hear Steven, and he would do that kind of stuff. And I'll be like, flattery. Now I go, and I steal from Steven. Some of the stuff, no, this little dude is creative as I don't know what. Like, I consider myself one of the, I done my thing in GoGo. This man about a week ago took the, he did the backyard with the original rap version. What's called as long as I be sick of being lonely every night. Right. He played the old hip. Now, as long as I've been doing go-go, I've never done that. He played the old. He only played go-go like that. Right. He played the old joint, then bought in the backyard with it, and the club went crazy. I was like, yeah, I'm stealing that. Can you imagine even in the battle if Rico would have started with the rap joint?
That's a whole other topic. We about to go. We about to go into the whole thing. Yeah.
We want to touch on it, though. We want to touch on it.
I want to talk about it, but I'm just saying the impact it would have had on the people. And I'm sitting there like, I know music, respect music, and I look at my son. I look at him, I like to stay off to the side so I don't influence what he do. Right. I used to stay on him so much, all the time. Right. Oh, so you just going to DJ this wedding 2 hours and you just going to DJ 2 hours. You ain't going to say nothing.
I remember when you was doing like the little parties, you would be like my son, and then you like encourage him to talk. Right. You would be like, because you did the parties and the boom bounces, and just, it was a whole just extravaganza when you was gonna hire John, and he would say, my son a DJ. I'm not available, but my son, you know, gonna do that stuff, and I would see just like I was saying, you out there. He would be like, say something, like
talk,
you know,
talk on the bike,
talk on the bike,
but
talk
now,
on the bike. Yeah.
Now, say Frankie too, because you know Frankie's demeanor wasn't. Now hearing him yelling and talking on the mic is just crazy. That wasn't Frankie for a long time. That was not Frankie. Trust me, that was not the person now. But now, he talk more than I do.
Right. Yeah,
Frank, you talk more than I do.
Yes, you do.
And I say it a lot. and I say it a lot. But to watch them and, you know, coming their own, and Frankie, to me, he's starting to peak now, because I remember he used to cry about shows. Now he be calling me, hey, you book Friday, you book. I said, oh, that's what's going on. Okay, in my book now. But to see them, you know, I'm proud. I'm really proud. Even the ones that I know I had an influence on, they, you know, publicly, they might not want to always give me my props, but like Ron, you know, we had our little, like DJ Ron and, you know, we had our little clique, and we didn't really click up and do other stuff. Like, I know a lot of stuff I stole from Mix and still steal from Mix now, you know, in addition to shows. And I was just great. I mean, when I couldn't get no shows and Mix would give me a show, I didn't even care if I was getting paid. I just wanted to play, you know. Right. And Steven never had to go through that. Steven came into this business making money and trying to keep it all and everything. You know what I mean? But Daddy, why don't I get the whole 300? You ain't downloaded one record. You ain't bought one record.
Right. And we just talked about this, remember?
You ain't bought one laptop. You know, go on.
Yeah,
so now,
blessed. Yeah.
To come in and you can say you having a cookout, and I'll show up with my equipment. That's real talk. I would just, if you was one of my friends, you'd be like, yeah, I'm having a cookout here. Why is John here? He picking speakers. Y'all know John got speakers, right? Yeah, that's just how much it meant to me. And to watch them come along, and I don't think Steven, you know, Steven's still a baby. Steven is still a baby.
Yeah, he is.
You know, and to see the stuff and the way, and the women, the way they treated, I call him a rock star DJ. And
He is.
My son, just to be at the shows and see the stuff and see the way the women and all that other stuff, you know, I didn't have that problem. I might not have been sexy enough, but you know,
but now Youngin is getting it right now. So
and he thinks big. He don't think. I'm so glad he don't think. No disrespect to GoGo again. I'm so glad he thought so much bigger than GoGo. And a lot of stuff early on, I used to tell him, man, you ain't got to deal with certain jokers, and I could call some names. And he had to see it for himself. Right. And I felt so good when I was like, I already went through that. You ain't got to deal with such and such promoter, blah, blah, blah. Right. It's like 5 names I want to rattle off right now. Right. You ain't got to do that. I already done that. These dudes are clowns. They really are. Right. They're clowns. Look at them. Look at what they're doing, what they do. Nah, you ain't got to go through that. And I'm glad that he got it. And I stay on Frankie all the time, too. To those who think to go, first of all, I appreciate everything GoGo has bought me, and I know, you know, it's bought me a lot. But at the end of the day, for the most part, GoGo has only got me another GoGo. Very rarely do somebody come up to me in a GoGo and say, I want you to do my wedding. Other than the GoGo people, I done everybody's wedding, you know. They play in bands. But so if all your potential is only to get another GoGo and the salary is going back, everybody paid going up. The GoGo used to be $5 and $7, and DJs was making $50 to $100, and now the GoGo is $10 to $30, $40, $50, and the DJs making less than they was making when the GoGo was $5 and $7. It's like, how are the DJs making less now, and the prices that went way the economy went same thing to other people? Security. How is security paid the same from triples? How is security making the same money from triples? Gas ain't the same. Bread ain't the same. Yeah. You know, you wish they gave you 75. They was getting 75 at triples in 90. Yeah.
Is a DJ needed in GoGo?
Well, that's another thing we were saying about the host and all that. Yeah. If you wanted to, it depends. I guess it depends on the DJ, and I'm gonna try not to be biased on that. I'm gonna try not people tell me that I'm like a band. That's what and I ain't trying to be arrogant about it. Like, when I go to some GoGos, I think you could have played mixed. You could have put on a mixed cloud or whatever. If you're not you're not being a part of the situation. Right. One, I never, I don't play GoGo at the GoGo, so I never try and challenge. That's my own personal thing. I never really try and challenge the band. I feel like you should compliment the band.
Right.
And there's so much music out there. And sometimes I feel like the band set me up to have a beautiful set, and you got to see this. And if you outside smoking and all the other stuff that be going on, or if you there and you ain't really there, when I'm there, I'm processing everything going on. Just like, I hate to bring it up again, but the battle. How did I not play nothing Rico played, and I didn't get in his way with none of my records? You asked him. I tried to go somewhere that was totally different. So even when you go into a go-go as a DJ, I'm listening to what the bands play. I know if, like when Work was out, the Work, every go-go band was playing Work, the Rihanna Work. Mm-hmm. Why am I playing Work on the break?
Right.
That's the type of stuff that I don't do. Like, I know they playing, like, if I know Steve Roy gonna lullaby, what am I playing it for? It's just so much of a music. And so it's also in how you set up your records. Like, certain promoters, certain band people will complain about DJs when you send somebody else. They complain. I'll be like, I'm gonna play everything he just played and watch the different response, because they don't set up records. They don't sell records. You can't, like, when I do my slow song set there, some people try and say I started. I never heard another DJ doing a slow song set at the go-go. Let's be clear. A couple things when I leave, y'all make sure y'all write it right on my two-step.
You talking about maybe nowadays, but back in the day when we came up, they did it all the time.
I never heard Tricky Rick do a slow song set at a go-go. The people that I listened to that was DJing at the go-go. Mad. I never heard none of these people DJ a slow set. The Jodeci and all the stuff that I do. I never heard them do that at a go-go.
Yes, I'm talking about at a go-go. Yes.
What DJ? I don't know. That somebody got to prove that to me. I've been in go-go. When I was going to the Coliseum, Panorama Room, Black Hole, you was not hearing no DJ play slow music or the break.
First of all, you'd be a fool to play it at the Black Hole, but that's
why would you? Why would you
at the Black Hole? No,
it's how you
it's
sell
the audience.
If
like the Panorama Room, yes.
If Essence did Crank for 45 minutes straight, everybody's sweating and all that, and you can sell these songs,
slow it down,
and you saying stuff in between them, and when you fade over, and they saying every syllable.
Tricky Rick definitely has done it. I can tell you that for 100% fact.
Okay, I'm a big Tricky Rick fan, but I had never heard. And the way that some people are DJing at the go-go, you really can get away, in my opinion, without having a DJ. Let the mix play and let Billy and them talk or something, because they really just playing records with no rhyme or reason about it or not. They don't know how to mature party, what I call it. They don't know how to mature party. You start out here and you have some direction. They just there playing stuff. Somebody got to convince me that they really got to rhyme the reason what they playing at a go-go. They just playing stuff. Like the dude that came on behind me last week at this particular venue, I was doing karaoke. He came in with the hottest records. The band hadn't done their first set yet, and it was a total of 14 people in there. What are you going to play later? His first 5 records were bangers. I'm like, are you doing that for me? Why? You have no rhyme or reason to what you're doing. And the people, certain stuff that's like, I hate when I go to parties or they had a particular party, and to each do their own thing. Like if I do a cabaret, I'm not touching a go-go record probably until about 1 o'clock, a real go-go record. But I see these cards when I'm very ready, the times I get to go, and it'll be 4 DJs on there, and all 4 DJs play go-go. Even the 10 o'clock DJs play go-go. The 11 o'clock DJs play go-go. We don't even play go-go at the go-go at that time. So how you play it in the cabaret you are, and certain... There again, I think it's disrespect to the craft if you play an electric slide or a go-go record and there's only 4 or 5 people on the floor. No. You coming and having sex later. That's what I call it. No, that ain't the order. That's the icing on the cake. There again, these are all John's opinion. But some people feel like if they don't play go-go, they're not going to get people to dance. That's because of you.
So I just want to backtrack a little bit on the comment because you never really explained what you meant. So who are the put together bands?
Oh. As I go through, a put together band to me is a band that's gonna play with people paying their money to get in. They haven't had no practices. There's no plan after they play the night. We're just going to play in this venue for these people. We're going to invite these people out. We're just going to play, and we're going to wing our way through it. A put-together band to me is when you go into Crystal Skates and the keyboard player don't know the Crystal Skates part. It's a lot of this going on. No, it's a lot of this going on. I know these parts are supposed to be, and I just think it's a disrespect to the culture when you do that. Yeah, you got people to come out, da-da-da. A reunion, that's great. Call it a reunion. I don't care what you do. Most people practice for a reunion. But these all-star bands where they turn up trying to play Michelle Blackwell's song, and I'm what? Really? That ain't what I got. It don't sound nowhere near. Like, so you taking me back to the battle. How do you play?
I'm trying to get there, but you know,
how do you play? How do you play "Sexy Lady" and nobody's gonna say Trey part? How does that make the playlist?
Right.
How does that make the playlist? That's what I mean.
All right, Johnson. Let me get this out, okay? We was together at the man versus band.
No, man versus band versus track. Call it what it was.
Oh, okay. All right. There we go. I mean, let's just lay it straight out because you know you and I was looking at each other like, what the F? You know what I'm saying? What was your view?
Let me first
of the event?
Let me first start by saying I love Stomp Larry Atwater. Let me just start out by saying that. So
we all do.
I think from as a patron, if somebody,
first of all, you got a shout out from Lala. She said from the Sandbox.
Okay, yeah.
You know our girl Ursula.
Okay. Yeah. Appreciate the love. All right, so I'm a patron. I don't want you thinking somebody in GoGo, or somebody that's a promoter or affiliated with it. I want you to think from a patron spell. You pick up a flyer and it says DJ versus a band. Something gonna formulate in your mind of what's that's gonna look like. Oh, that'll be interesting. I want to see this. They're gonna be playing go-go songs, and then the DJ gonna play whatever he's gonna play, go-go or hip hop or whatever it is, because he's the DJ.
Right.
I bet you can't find two people that would have thought that they was gonna go to a man versus band show and a band be playing over top of Before I Let Go, over top of tracks. You can't. What are we doing? What are we doing to the consumer?
See, firsthand, it was like how Nico was saying. They were saying, first time ever done, but it actually wasn't, because Dirk at the Cultural Center, I would say 2 years ago.
Before that.
2 years ago, Easy and Frisco.
Battled
Vibe.
Yes,
yeah.
For the sweatsuit party.
I did see some stuff similar to that.
But no, it actually was that format.
It was that format.
But did they produce a flyer that said Vibe versus Easy?
Well, actually, no, they did. They did.
They did. Okay, I never saw that.
Yeah,
I would like to see.
It was his birthday.
It was a sweatsuit party.
I seen the sweatsuit party, but I've never really seen where somebody built it. This thing was built up.
Yes, it was.
They carried this baby 9 months for months. They built this thing up and they sold it. And I'm a patron.
It was done.
There,
it was done just like that, and it was 2 DJ. It was, even to be fair, it was Easy and Frisco.
Can you imagine if it was really me and Rico versus the band? Can you imagine? Because I had a whole chamber of stuff that I would play. Wait a minute, they never got to the E-Hall. I'm coming off the stage with them people.
Yeah, so it just didn't. It was done before, and it was done just like you would have thought.
They went back and forth.
They went back. They went hit.
Oh, it was tight.
Hit.
Okay. I still get the CD. How you didn't get the CD?
Okay.
Yeah, hit full hit. They went back and forth.
Well,
like they'll be playing Poison. Like DJ was playing Poison, and then Dirk come on. It's driving me out of my mind.
That's fire.
Yeah, like,
that's fire. And then I'm like.
That's what's gonna happen.
Remind me, I'll shoot you the CD.
And that's what I thought was gonna happen that night. I was like, that's what's going to happen tonight. I thought Rico was going to lose. I just thought he was going to lose because
I never thought for 1 minute we would lose. I'm going on record to say that. I don't think I can lose to a band, to one band. I don't care if it's Junkyard, the love of my life. I don't think I can lose to a band.
You know why? You know why I was saying
that,
John?
If it was Junkyard would have kicked your ass.
I'm going to cheat. You might say they're going to play some cranking. It's going to be crankers, but they don't have. We are all them.
Yeah.
And how you say, if you got any kind of mic skills and with the Junkyard stuff, So they doing Junkyard great. So you giving me Essence, Backyard, and Northeast versus all your Junkyard stuff, and I'm gonna lose.
See, that's what I was saying. That's what I was thinking. Like with the A-Team, if they would have stacked their decks appropriately,
it would be a better show.
It would have been a better show.
But I don't think if you're a DJ and you lose to a band, stop DJing. Woo! God, stop DJing.
Oh,
unless
I love it.
I don't. And rapper and did good. They did great. You know how much of their stuff they didn't play. You know how many cue points I got in my thing with rapper and 32 on their stuff, and even when they talking about me, I would have had to play all that stuff. You know, please, with the rap, with the just the 32 parts and all that, please, I'd have came in there with that stuff. Now, like, I'd have came in there with a game plan already. Similar to Rico. I'd have had that stuff. I wouldn't have been guessing one bit of now. I'd have felt the crowd and might have changed some stuff, but.
Right.
So even if it's junkyard or so okay, let's say it's backyard. And backyard cranking, we know that. So what you gonna crank the whole time you play? If that's what people said, that really wasn't the form. And me, I didn't feel like what people keep saying. And I was there from the beginning to the end. They say Rico cheated. He really didn't play Holly No Go in the beginning.
He didn't.
Y'all giving him way more. Every time I hear an interview, I hear somebody else say,
attacking, like he was making
he
the
did
person.
that little intro thing.
Yeah, that's it.
That
That's
little
it.
intro thing. And then he played like
Showtime, this for you. 32, this
Yeah.
for, you know what I'm saying? But it wasn't.
But when they said the R&B stuff, he played slow songs.
Yes,
they would
he
say,
did.
and that's some of the
He
same stuff
played
that I
Tonight
would
is your night.
And then I'd have personally got on my phone, and it would have been a minimum of 20 to 30 people that's just there gonna pretend like I'm the greatest DJ alive. I'd have been like, if we was cool, Tasha, I need you to show up at the Paradigm on blah 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 or whatever. Here's a shirt for you.
Yep.
I would please get out of here. And the bands don't take stuff serious. The bands don't take stuff serious. If it didn't mean that much to you.
Why are you not there?
No. So you
Why
go
are
ahead
you
and say,
not
it means
there?
that much to you.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, you going last, but you don't want to know what happened
You don't
before.
that's what I'm saying. You don't
wanna
show
know
up
what
to the
happened. It's
battle.
a battle.
Yeah, if you don't fight, if it's
You
a
don't want
boxing
to know
match,
LeBron
yeah,
been dunking like crazy.
Yes.
You want somebody coming and tell you LeBron been dunking?
Yeah.
For this ain't no regular show.
Well,
You
John-
ain't want regular money.
John, this is something that we kind of talked about there. You know what I'm saying? I think what pissed you and me off more was the lack of professionalism. You know what I'm saying?
For the fans, for the
Yes.
people.
I mean, it was
And no
like it was so
disrespect.
sloppy. The fact that they were coming on late.
Mess with me, blah, blah, blah. Mess with me. We DJs. What was that? Mess with me.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, those Tony Reds, really?
That's what I didn't
Oh, yeah.
understand.
Tony
I didn't
For that
understand.
long?
I didn't
I felt like the
understand.
chalkboard was going.
Yeah, it was bad.
I know he felt like that.
It
I
was
can look at
bad.
his face.
Yeah.
I can look at his face and tell that.
Yeah.
Oh, y'all gonna bring that back again?
Yeah.
Oh, y'all still gonna keep doing?
I just thought that it was. I just thought that they didn't mean to do that, and like they were just late. For real, I was like, they're doing that.
We've been about, as long as you've been around music and you do this in the studio, you do all this stuff, and for the patron's sake, why couldn't you pimp the game? Y'all control the show.
That's what I said.
Why couldn't you say, you know what, John
told,
and Rico gonna play till we get our guns here. Our guns ain't here yet.
I was told that there were a set of rules that Rico didn't oblige by. Like it was.
I'm still trying to figure out those rules.
I
But I saw the line. He
what
played those slow songs, and Rico being nice with his responses. But
Yeah.
I was there in the beginning. He wasn't it wasn't like he came out with a go-go set. You know what a go-go. He touched on a little bit, not enough to influence what was going on.
It was just about
all
the key
other
people
stuff.
in the band. That was it, and it wasn't even enough to say he played go-go.
If you fight me and it's DJs versus band, cool not performing on my stage.
No.
No disrespect. I'm sorry. I'm coming up. Hey, cool. Hey, why are you performing? Yo, you better go over there with Rico.
Yeah.
This is our
I didn't know, like, why would they bring the DJ out? I didn't understand that. Maybe we should. We gotta get Stomp in here. We gotta get Rico in here. No, but it wasn't though. It didn't do them no.
I'm gonna tell you like this.
No, me and John disagree with you on that one.
Because I would have bought out some names with my go-go records.
Yeah.
I'd have made some phone calls.
Yeah.
This show would have been, if I was battling the band and
but you a
people
DJ.
like Cal, what you call him? I would have did something like that. I promise you.
Right.
I promise you, if Bugs and them wasn't playing on COH, on Southeast or whatever, I would have had to go the same way I used to take Polo and them to high schools and stuff and perform over their tracks and stuff. Right. Oh, I would have had somebody there.
Yeah, but
how you gonna play these songs? You gonna play One Leg Up without Pedro and nobody? And Tony Red's not even tempted to do it?
Well, that's what I said when I was sitting there. I looked at it, I said, damn, if you're going to bring Black Boo out, he would have started the show.
I thought he did one of the best.
Yes.
I thought, in my opinion.
He would have started the show.
What did I say?
Yeah.
I said that's the round they won.
Yeah. Well, that was my last question about this. How many rounds do you think that...
I still can't give him
how many rounds
they did more
was
than
it?
him. But I will say Black Boo surprised me.
Yeah.
The crowd's response to him, it surprised me.
I think that's the only round they
know.
won. I mean, me personally.
Yeah. I still feel like they
shout out
didn't
to
win.
Everett Brown, who was sitting right there next to me as well. What's up, Everett?
What's up, man? That's my guy too.
Yeah.
You said they didn't even win that round.
To me, they didn't win that round. I mean I thought he did good. I thought if you could, if he performed good and they responded well and danced well, but if you stop the band and let them say your part, you wouldn't have got that. When Rico was stopping them songs and the crowd was saying it, blah, 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 all that.
Nah, Rico had
That
the
was
crowd
every
the whole night.
That was every set.
Rico had the crowd
Rico
the
did
whole
what he
night.
was supposed to do because he had the whole crowd the whole night. He brought, they came.
I would have done the same thing.
Yeah, that's what you're supposed
every
to
cousin,
do.
Every
That's what you're supposed to do.
Hey, you always ask me, can you get somewhere free? Look, I need you to come in. I don't care if Michael Jackson reincarnated down the Constitution Hall. I need you tonight. But I think Kirky, to me, I know y'all said it happened before, but I don't believe Kirky was thinking about the vibe situation when it all came up. We've been talking about this for a long time.
Well, we
didn't
say nothing about it until afterwards. We didn't bring it up because
Marquez said they won 2 or 3 rounds.
Where was he at?
Showtime and 32 killed him with the mixed band music. They did the power dance.
Come on, bro.
Marquez.
Come on.
Come on, bro.
Marquez.
Where were you at?
You making it personal.
Hey, look. He trying to get another gig. Come on, man.
It doesn't matter if 32 playing his song and JR messing up on the set. See, I can't say stuff.
No, that's the part.
It doesn't matter. And rapping them, though, and maybe they did know. Yes, they were cranking. Yes, they're legendary. Yes, I love them to death. Yes, they're on a whole nother level as entertainer. But like I say, it don't much how much you crank if your sound man stink. And it doesn't really even matter. Like you're playing classics and it's parts missing or late. So it doesn't matter if you play Crystal Skates and the keyboard part in there. How you gonna play Crystal Skate and the keyboard part wrong? Don't even play it. You're doing the band a disservice. And it wasn't just Crystal Skates. A lot of that stuff was not, it didn't sound like, it should be able, like, if you was going to play Take Me Out to the Go-Go and the keyboards came in, dun, 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 you know what it is.
Right.
The only way we was knowing a lot of that stuff was because Rapping 32 was saying it. So y'all were cranking. Don't just, but if the music ain't right, and this man playing the track, the studio track or whatever,
it's gonna be,
or cranking
word
PAC,
for word, pound for pound, right? Yeah.
I mean, my version of what you just played gonna sound more like, I know, how can I play my stuff? So 32 asked the question, how can you play your stuff better than me? Oh, I want to get on the mic so bad, but I had said enough by that point. But I want to say, I'll tell you how, because your sound sucks and you got people up there that can't play what you saying. That's how I can play your stuff better than you. If you playing Work the Walls and the keyboard part ain't there, and I play it, and mine starts out, boom, it starts out with it, I just played it better than you. So what? White Boy and Mickey up there. If the parts ain't there, that's how I will play it better than you.
Marquez said he has the footage, so he knows.
Okay, well, he got the footage. I bet you won't put it out. I bet you get a phone call. I bet you if you put that band footage out, go ahead and put it out. We need this to sell again. And so when the dude, I don't know if y'all caught the dude that left out, I felt for the people. I really did. I felt for it.
Oh, there was a lot of pissed off people, Jack.
Yeah, because I could you imagine though if it was what I in my mind when I thought it was I didn't think Rico was lose ever. Let's be clear about that. But I thought it was gonna be so entertaining, like when we had Jump versus Back and Murray Gold. It was like we kill it, you kill it. We kill it, you kill it. Esther's and Back up LaFonte Blue. You kill it. I thought it was gonna be that, but with a DJ. But if I kill it and you slum it, I kill it, you slum it. It don't. If you doing the last 20 minutes and the doors open at 9 o'clock and the last 20 minutes cranking, this ain't Cherries. You don't get around for that.
No, you don't.
You don't get around for that. Come on.
You don't.
This ain't Cherries where we sat on the floor and Essence played the last 15 minutes. No, this is not that.
And I saw 32 say, I mean, they didn't even vote. I mean, come on. I mean,
no, what happened was,
I know
which I didn't know. Let me clear up. First of all, Billy was going to do it, but Billy told me to go ahead and do it.
Right.
What we was going to do at the end of it, we was going to let the crowd say something again, and then I was going to walk up and say, I could take this trophy to the left to go to Rico, or I could take it to the right to the band. So if you feel like I should go to the right, make some noise. If you feel like I should go to the left, make some noise. Right. That's how I was supposed to go down at the end.
But
they cut the power.
But they cut the power. The sheriff came.
No. Let's keep it what happened. They were supposed to stop when they were supposed to stop.
Oh no, they didn't stop.
And they did not stop. So thus they didn't have a chance to do that because the band went
overtime. But in the
that's
defense,
what happened.
In the band's defense, everything prior to that was so horrible. I don't even care. That give these people something.
Right.
Give these people something.
Right.
When have you seen, even like if you saw A-Team and Paradigm and they playing, people were walking around getting popcorn like they was at the basketball game and it was halftime. Did you see? Nobody was in front of the stage. What's a go-go without people in front?
Yeah.
They was walking around like, I mean, people in the band that was playing with the band, I ain't gonna call no names, was off the stage talking to me. Yeah, this bad, bro. Yeah, it is bad. What? People in the band was coming back there talking to me. Yeah. You supposed to be up on stage. Yeah. Come on. And then
the sound man not even at the board.
If I paid my money, even though Jay-Z might freestyle, it still seems like there's some rhyme. Like Beyonce, there's some method to her show. When you got DJs coming out saying, mess with me such and such, and begging people to come on the stage, you can't tell me y'all rehearsed that and this is the way y'all thought this would go down. There has to be some format to it, some whatever. This, people pay their money to come see this, and give me a battle. I don't care who win. Let me just leave saying they both was cranking.
Right.
I'd rather the debate been, man, they gave it to Rico, but he ain't really win. They gave it to the 18, but they ain't really win. I'd rather the debate been about that because they both was cranking so much than it's to be so heavy on one side compared to the other.
That's what I said. Yeah.
So
shout out to Lisa the World. You late, girl.
When I think of the 18, I think of what I've seen them do with Steve Roy, Killer Cal, and all them people. Right. That was not, I know those was the musicians, but that's not the A-team that I know, that I see. So if you say it's Rico versus the A-team, I want to see the A-team. Right. Cal was on his stage.
Right.
Steve Roy was somewhere. The female singers wasn't there.
Right.
That ain't the A-team.
Yes.
Well, you didn't do nothing.
No, I wasn't. I wasn't.
But when you think of the A-team, if I told you the A-team at Paradigm tonight, you're not going to think what went on in that building went on. So how can you even call them the A-team?
No, you're right.
And them dudes are talented.
I agree.
I don't care what nobody say. Now, putting it all together for GoGo, I'm not that technical, so people be trying to explain it to me. Right. I don't know all that stuff. Right. But I know when I see the A-team, I enjoy what I see for the most part. Besides, that's a whole nother topic. I get on this off. When did GoGo become play a soccer beat and 4 people rap bars? When did GoGo become that?
I don't know.
I'm curious on my way. You would never back in the day. They had said band at the community day, and I was DJing, and for the first 30 minutes, it was just a litany of all-star rappers, all-star people in GoGo. Y'all can try and play this game. None of these dudes that's rapping on the mic over these pocket beats, you didn't become these people doing that. So when I come, you became these people playing One Leg Up, you became these people playing your Essence songs, so why when I come see the A-team, I gotta hear Steve rap, 32 rap, Cal rap, blah, blah. When did that become GoGo? And it's just my personal opinion. When did that become GoGo? Yes, it sounds good, but that's not GoGo. The whole party stops. And then you're going to ask me, did you do better than Kim and Scooby? No, you didn't. They came and sung covers, whatever, and people was dancing. You rapped and gave Smoke a solo. I love the solo. Nobody's partying to a solo. Everybody's watching. So you'll tell me, okay, look, we have it tonight. This ain't no Congo battle, but we're going to get some solos to the Congo player and the drummer. Oh, I'm there. No, people came, they want to party. Same thing with A-Team. Watch next time you there, and you watch the difference between when they do the rap thing as besides when they playing songs. Like, even if Cal's doing In My Car, people still dancing or whatever. But when they do that freestyle rap, and they all go back to back, and take turns and blah, blah, nobody's partying.
That's what they kind of like. I know when I played with them, it was like me and Dirk played.
See, Dirk gonna do songs.
See, what I'm saying, but they kind of, I don't know why they don't merge it all together all the time, because they put me and Dirk first. We was on the first set, and then they had Steve and Cal on the second set.
Y'all be honest, y'all done seen it enough. So when they do this, y'all don't see the whole crowd pretty much start partying? By the second, third rap.
I mean, I don't be there.
They was doing that. Let's be fair. They was doing that at Marigold's. Remember when the mixed band and
they played songs? Otis was the only one that Otis was on fire. Otis was the only song they did it, and Otis was on fire.
Right.
There wasn't a time when rapper got on stage. He did Northeast stuff. Right. When they played their songs when they was at Marigold's. They wasn't getting up there like now, and they freestyle for 20 minutes straight. And the set ain't but 40 minutes. And this happens all the time. Here it go. And then, so you freestyle 20 minutes, and then you give the Congo player a solo. When did GoGo become that? That's what we came out for tonight?
Well, I guess they calling it, this is how GoGo's grown.
Huh? That's a grow? That's a grow? Okay, it takes time to do that. But that stuff didn't make you who you was.
Yeah.
You got made in the basement. You got made for what? Loose Booty. You got GoGo, Chance, Breaks, Bridges. That's GoGo.
That's right.
GoGo is not we play a pocket beat and we will take turns, everybody rap and do their thing. And some of the stuff be good, but that's not go-go to me. So just because you got
there's a comment on the Facebook Live by Eric J. Jones. He's saying you and him were having a conversation this weekend. The sad fact is saying that his generation killed go-go, not just the fan base, but also the bands of lack thereof. You have bands who don't put out music, which kills the exposure. You have also bands who simply aren't putting out quality product and or sound. Shout out to the folks like my boy Doc Robinson and the Black Passion Band for continuing the legacy in a positive way. But it's scary that we are in our late 30s and 40s, and we are the young market. We have to bring back our music culture. At the same time, we should be far beyond the level of begging someone to let us play our music in their venue. We should own the venues at this point and be promoting our own music.
Well, see, the thing about like the other piece,
it's on the Heat shit Johns.
Oh, okay. The thing about that, and coming from radio, we don't support our music. I'm not talking about GoGo Radio. That's what y'all do, but the other, I'm not gonna sing off my station. None of the stations, in my opinion, none of them. And this is just John's opinion. Whereas they could make anything hot if they wanted it to be hot. It would have to be really bad if they played it enough and it was catchy enough for repetition. But we don't. And how can you suspect a New York dude to get behind go-go? And these are the type of people that's running all the stations for the most part. It's not at the forefront of our news. One that don't make money. Huh?
Your station program from
I don't know what you're talking about, but that's Nico. The words expressed by Nico.
Yeah, you damn right.
but how can you expect these cats? See, I went to New York. I didn't go that way. So, what up, J1? I didn't do that. It's my guy. He put my son on the radio. I'm happy as can be.
Okay.
So I'll play another day. I'm happy. But how can you expect those guys? That's like, but we're the only place. If you go to New York, you ain't gonna go to New York and see DC dudes running the radio station. No. You're not gonna go to Atlanta and see a whole station full of DC dudes running it. But we literally, for the most part, on most of the station, it's not us running the stations in our town.
Whose fault is that? It's ours. Because we accept that. And you said this earlier. We've settled. As soon as I saw
Can
these
you imagine
young
putting all the money into a record and then the station don't support it? Because people say, I've seen people do videos, I don't care what you say about the quality of music. I just be happy when they do something. Like on the old radio show I was on, you got a point for me just because you went in there and did something. I don't know if it's the greatest. I mean, at least you tried something. Right. People ain't trying nothing no more. And what, so this is what, and I'm going to go, since you brought him up, I go into the PD's office. He said to me, because he really don't understand the music like that. Of course, you can't expect him to, right?
Of course.
But he said he want to be the person that breaks the necks, doing the butt, sardines. He went through a whole litany of songs he was familiar with. And he said, can you and DJ Gemini come to me with that song? Y'all walk in and say, this is the next doing the butt.
To give him the credit.
No, for just to blow up on the city, and he would, but you got people that wouldn't even entertain it. So it's so much garbage coming out, and so many other cover tunes over there. So to even be open to accepting that,
that's big for now. Yeah,
you didn't have that, so y'all do it. But you talking about the other stations ain't thinking about that. For him to even say that to me, if you come in here and say, this is the next doing it, but we're gonna get behind it, we're gonna do imaging, we're gonna do blah blah blah, and he don't have to do that. But he said that to me, so I respect him. I respect him for that. But the problem is, nobody can give me that record that I feel like it is the next whatever collects. Nobody's gave me a record that I feel like is class. What are you gonna say? No, I like Doc and them song. Do you think that's a sardines or doing the butt? No. Just be honest. No. Where is that song at? Right. Who is it?
Task the community with that.
Huh?
No.
You
put that task out to the
2019. That
so
needs to be the
these
goal.
Songs get hot in the club for the most part, except maybe like a Pure Elegant stuff. Most of these songs get hot either at the go-go shows, and then radio can take it over the top, explore it. But the stuff we get ain't even. If y'all hear some of the stuff I get, you really think this is radio? You think this gonna do it?
But John, we get it. We just get it after you. So because and I'm gonna tell you, and this is something that you and I have talked about.
It don't frustrate you though.
What? About
the stuff you get. If I get 10 records, if
Yeah,
I get 10
because
records,
Nico would tell him really how he feels about it, and they
Well, that's a
or
different
they go
story.
off.
Yeah.
No, I'm just saying
If you
because in order
ask
for it
me-
to be played, I mean, if
if
they
you
sending
ask-
it to you, John. I know we've had this conversation with the drummers when you was on the
Yeah.
drummers breakfast and all that. He was like, listen.
I mean, come on, and then they be so serious that nobody's to
Like,
all
you
the
gave
go-go
it to me
bands.
and you
I don't
don't
care
want
what you
me to
say.
play it?
Since my Essence from Down the Maverick Room, nobody's whole CD cranks.
Yeah.
What are you giving me your whole CD for? And then I ask you, I say, well, what are the joints you feel? This is what I tell the people, because I want to play your stuff. And a lot of this music, I don't
And
understand.
then they get
it.
mad at you
I
for
don't-
playing
'cause you
that
got track.
track. And
You
they
got
be
track.
like, why you
go-go
played that
down.
track?
So a lot of this stuff, that's the
Yeah,
that's
he's
a
like,
whole
why
other
you
topic.
give it to me?
Oh, I just want you to check it out and tell me what you
Oh,
feel.
not play
You
it?
can't even hear the congos on that joint. But you gave it to me. I'm not the quality controller go-go. When it gets to me, that cake need to be ready for consumption.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because when I play it,
Yeah,
the people
that's
are
on
going
you.
to hear it.
And
Yeah.
I want to play y'all stuff. I'm like God, not a respecter of person. I'm not a respecter of band names. I will play anybody. Just give it to me. Don't give me your whole CD. I don't need that.
Pick
And
out the best track and send it to
let your family members or somebody that love you here first. Ride in the car and be like, you my dog, man. What you think about this? Before it gets to me. Before you give it to me. Man, this whole CD cranking. I mean, all right, well, tell me what John did you, the one joint, because I try to stay politically correct.
But John, they don't understand. Go-Go, for whatever reason, don't understand the business aspect.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and this is real talk for all of y'all tuned in right now, which is plenty of y'all. Understand this. If you give John that and you ask him what his opinion of it, he can charge you for that. He's supposed to charge you for that. Understand, this is a business. And his time is money.
Edit this crap.
Yes. Please respect somebody else's time because you want them to respect yours.
And I
understand that.
And then when you give it back to, and these been some big boy bands.
Yeah.
There's been some of my colleagues been on the radio talking about each other, and I'll be like, I know music so well now. I can look at the graph and
see how good the song is. That's
before I even
right.
play it, I can see the and so.
Right.
And then
That's right.
I'm not gonna call nobody out, but it's dudes that's been legends in this stuff, and they will send it to me, and I'll be like, I ain't even gotta play it. I already know it's
Just
distorted.
look at the levels.
I can look
See
at
how
the graph.
thin it is.
I can look at the graph. I can look at it and know. And I'm like, you are such and such. You didn't see this before you emailed it to me.
Right.
You are now. I'll take this from the bounce beat bands. They're young and they still coming up.
Right.
Okay, but some of y'all.
Who's young in bounce beat now?
Well, they still young.
just saying
They're younger.
young.
In my opinion, the bounce beat youngers don't spend the time in the studio that the old heads do. If you a guy to
You're
spend,
supposed to know better. That's
you
what he's
should-
saying.
yeah.
You're supposed to know better.
They they do more performing or playing when they get together. Members bouncing all over the place, even worse.
Some
than
of that
we
stuff, I'm
But
hearing
you
from the
would be
bounce beat
you would be-
community sounded better than the old
Yeah,
head
but you
community.
would
Yes,
be
it does, straight from the
surprised of
PA.
how many people have never been in a studio. It's versus only you've been in a studio to only practice.
No,
And
John,
look,
as far as to
no,
record-
John, no, I digress from your statement. You said straight from the PA. No, the youngest are going in the studio more than the old heads are now.
So let me tell you
True.
what happened with
You
with
know
two
this
young
because
bands.
they give you
So-
the music more so than anybody else.
and they took it offensively. So I'm gonna say the one back. I got a new impression, new stuff, right? I got their new stuff, and then so I called the guy on the phone, particular bounce beat band, and I said, "Don't take this in the wrong way, but I'm gonna play yours. I'm gonna play yours." Everybody keep texting me and calling me. Okay, all right. Appreciate you watching. So I said, "This is what I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna change the levels. I'm gonna play your track. I play it, let them hear it. Then I play this new impression track. I'm gonna play it and let you hear it. Do you not hear the difference yourself? Do you not hear that? Yeah, I'm gonna get on. I'm not gonna say the sound man name. Yeah, I'm gonna get. But you sent it to me. You
But
sent
they
it.
might not know no better, John. That's why
You said
it's for you
this
to
sounded
say.
good in your car. I know your heart in it, but you gonna tell me that ride with
Yeah,
your,
I got Bose. I
your-
got harmonica.
Every
Yeah,
go-go dude that's
sounded
sending
good.
music to any radio station or any DJs, get you a non-biased friend. If you got to pull a dude off the street and say, get in the car with me for a minute, you know, what do you think? You screaming in the mic. That's what I think. You want me to tell you? I know how you talk. You're not talking to me like that. So why is it, why does it sound like that? That's not how you sound, bro. I know how you supposed to sound.
I mean, I had yeah. I mean, yeah.
You know who I send stuff to a lot of times, and he asked me for it, and it's a colleague of you and I's. DJ Mike Scott.
Oh wow!
I said, Mike, what
he
you
send
think
it
of this?
back? What he do? Send it back?
Oh man, and look, out of maybe about 50 songs, I'd be glad if he liked 5 of them.
I go through 10 go-go records, and then it'd be like one, but I'd be like, this is kind of, okay, this one could get back. And it's like a celebration.
Right.
And this is not just from Bounce Beat Band. These are from
No,
Big Boy.
yeah.
Oh, so you think it's cool that out of all the talent y'all got on stage, y'all just going to use that same beat that y'all did this particular song to.
Switch the lyrics.
And switch the lyrics. That's how much you respect what you do. Yeah, y'all couldn't come up with nothing. You created all these other songs, and you couldn't come up with something.
That goes to show you that.
Where's the 2005? Where's the 2005 In the Basement, Skillet? Where are these CDs and albums at? Where they at?
We talk about that all the time. We talk about the old heads don't want to. They don't want to.
Well, John.
They just don't want to make a change.
To me,
they just stuck in their ways.
I blame it on very simple thing.
Yeah.
Because it was the ones that we,
Can't teach
the
your old
songs
dog
that
new
we like.
tricks.
Oh, you blame it on age?
Let me finish.
I'm too old to go in the studio and create, but I can bounce from stage to stage and be on multiple flyers. How you respect
Let me
go-go?
finish. Let me finish. The joints that you talking about, they was younger when they made those songs. We was just talking about with Elijah.
So it's the bounce beat fault?
Huh?
It's the bounce beat.
No, I'm saying the older people. I think they set
everybody
in
gonna
their
be like
ways.
Maze.
They set in their
Everybody
ways.
gonna be like Maze.
That's why I was just talking with a youngin'
They
just
set in
now.
their ways.
30, 25 years old, be like, I'm hungry. I want to make music, quality music.
So he did his own thing. He said, I just got tired.
Sound good too though.
Yeah.
Damn good.
But that ain't what they're gonna get behind.
No, we know. But
I
you
would
know
love to
who's
see
gonna get behind it?
too.
You know who's gonna get
The
behind
Europeans.
it? Not only just them, people with money. They're
I
gonna
hope
get behind it.
somebody
It's not
gets
gonna be
good.
the culture to get behind it, but it's gonna go outside
The
of this
culture's
area.
going to hate on it.
Yes.
Because they're going to be like, man, I mean, it sound like a grown
And
and
some
sexy
of the
bag.
stuff I feel like, and Jacob said I like because I'm so used to so much of the mess.
I hear you, Trey. Trey say he's still hungry, and you know what? You damn right.
What's Trey?
Trey,
Oh,
dog, Trey dog.
Oh man, they be cranking.
Frankenstein.
Yeah.
They always give me. I don't know who do their mixes. I don't get mess from them. The quality of the what's called. I've never got mess from Trey and them. Which is shocking.
Yeah.
I'm just talking about even regardless of what they playing, just the sound. You imagine what it is trying to edit a rap verse and you don't even know what they saying. Y'all know how many times I got in trouble and I get the text back. I don't know what they saying. Cal ever tell you I called Cal? What'd you say right here? What'd you say? Because the mix is just that bad. Yo, what did you say right here? And they put this stuff out. This stuff is going out. You can't even understand the verse.
It's just unfortunate because I how you say, like, sometimes people don't know. You think, man, they know better than this.
Right.
But sometimes
they
just don't. Like, for instance, how you saying, get one of your homies, get somebody to sit there and say something. For instance, like a while ago when I first was put in a situation when I started playing with Vibe, Dirk put me out there, was like, hey, I'm just not going to be there. And I'm like, huh? What you mean? Well, I'm going to be late because I'm coaching my son. And I'm like, oh, my God.
Some stuff just.
So I gotta sing, and you know what I'm saying? Like he was doing it by himself for so long. Then he got Camise, then he had nobody, then he got me. So it was just like that was the MO. So if you was gonna be up there, you had to know how to do both things. So I mean, I don't know how to talk. I sing. You know what I'm saying? Right. So but when I was talking, Kyle was like, dog, why are you talking like that? And I was like, talking like what? He was like, you don't talk like that. So I was like, things are coming out. I see you back there, sweet girl. He's like, what? You talking like that?
Is this?
Yeah. And I'm like, okay, I hear it now. He was like, just relax.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why I get with you. When you be like, let somebody hear what you doing, give you that clear. Somebody that love you. That'll be like, dog, no.
And then they don't put it.
Hey, we gotta get out of here, John. But Mix kept always.
Mix keeps it too real.
That's right. One thing about Mix,
real.
yes. And Mix, I always respected you, even though things went the way they went. I always respected anything that came out of your mouth because you've never been 50. You've always been 100. John, he said, we only getting a little bit of what Big John be.
Oh, yeah.
He know that. Yeah, he know that.
Let's just put it in perspective. Now, and you tell me, and I don't really want
you late? Boy, you late.
I don't want to devalue what somebody said, but let's just take Mix. And I'm not saying it because he's my best friend, and I came up behind that. But you're talking East Side, trade wins.
Yes.
I ain't sure if he even been nominated for a GoGo award. But then you give out
That's wild. Yeah,
you give out a DJ. You give out a DJ GoGo award. Come on, y'all. Really down.
Yeah.
Really.
Not even nominated.
Not even nominated.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
that's
what do you
crazy.
think about like the Lifetime Achievement Award?
Oh, please.
I got a whole topic about that. I got a whole.
Can we bring you back in on that?
Yeah, I got a whole.
Can we bring you back on? Yeah,
so,
we got to because I got to get to.
Lifetime is your span. If ain't nobody know you 2 years ago, you don't qualify for anything Lifetime Achievement.
That just threw me.
If you know,
and no hate towards no shade and none of that.
Nothing,
you know what I'm saying?
I mean, that's real.
I'm just trying to understand the
Lifetime
qualifications.
And that's we didn't touch on my other subject at these tribute shows when somebody died. That's a big thing that's dear to my heart.
Yeah, we just
talked. I know y'all just talked about it then. But real quick, and people, I got so many inboxes. I got so many inboxes about it. My problem is, okay, maybe you want to show the person tribute, and as a business owner, I know that's not what it's about. Because if that's what you say is really about, put that family on the door and let them get that money on an off night. If that's what it's about. If you normally doing 50 to 100 people and you put them on a flyer and do 200, and you say you paying honor and tribute to them, but none of the money go to the family, that's not. It's not your fault. And I agree with some of the people's inbox. Well, it ain't my fault that such and such didn't have health insurance. It ain't our fault. I'm fine. Cool. It ain't your fault. I'll accept that. Right. But you can't promote. You can't make money on this person's death. You can't throw them on a flyer and make money on. It ain't your fault that she didn't have health insurance or he didn't have health insurance. I agree with you wholeheartedly. Right. But then don't turn to make it a business when you put them on a flyer and say we're gonna party for such and such tonight. No, don't promote it like that. If you at your show and whoever was there was gonna be there anyway, and we're gonna party for John because he passed away, do that. Once you put me on a flyer, when I'm dead and gone, don't let nobody put me on no flyer for a show. I don't care if I have health insurance or not. Don't let nobody put me on no flyer tribute to me. You want to pay tribute to me? Go hug my daughter. Go tell my son it's gonna be okay. Right. Go check on my family. Right. Bring some food by the house because you know people need food when there's funeral and stuff going on. You're gonna really pay tribute to somebody. Not gonna throw somebody on a flyer and throw a go-go and charge admission and do more people than you normally do. That ain't paying honor tribute. And this is going on too much in go-go when somebody passed away. We gotta have more respect for our fallen people than that.
Oh yeah,
and I definitely
we touched
agree.
on that earlier.
I definitely agree. If the Go-Go band's gonna do it, then they're gonna do it. Like this show tomorrow. You know, shout out to DJ Big John. He DJing tomorrow for for
zero pennies.
Yeah,
zero pennies.
You know, and that's what they said. All the bands on there were pro bono. So and I see the difference too when bands do it and it's on their, just like you said, on their regular night, and they charging the same price but throw in for the benefit of, or whatever the case may be, and then say after you pay your admission of your $20, $25,
we'll take
donation.
No, come get out of here.
Yeah.
That 10-year-old girl got shot and killed at the ice cream truck, and you had ain't nobody checking on them now. Ain't nobody, ain't nothing going. That grieving mother still there and all that. Come on, man, get out of here. When you really want to do it for them, come on, be a part of this walk, or like when y'all was getting out the candy, Halloween or whatever. If you really want to be a part, not my man such and such died, I don't want to see another RIP. Them RIPs are driving me crazy. All right, let it be about something. It ain't about nothing no more. Let it, even if it was a drug war, but now they just dying to be dying. It ain't even about nothing no more. He was getting money over Waller Place and he got killed. It ain't make sense, but it made a little bit of sense. Now is he got killed just because.
Yeah.
Ain't no rhyme or reason about it. Fighting over land that ain't even ours. You killing somebody. You don't own Conateurs. You don't own Waller Place.
At all.
So
you don't own the house that you in.
Yeah.
Not in DC.
Berry Farms. Y'all see what now? Raise your hand now.
Right. How about that?
Please.
Hey, look, we love the fact that DJ Big John came up in here today wearing his 3-piece.
Hey man, call back car service on the web. Prom season coming soon. I got you. Red carpet, DJ, and all that.
Let them know.
If you selected another service for your transportation, ask them to come with a DJ.
Hey, John.
Some stuff they won't give my credit for. Pictures in the club. Now go ahead, somebody try to take credit of that. When I was fighting with Michelle back in the day, what Marquette do? Marquette, give me my credit. I started that at Murray Goes. You won't find nowhere before Murray Goes where somebody was coming doing what they do now. And I used to have to fight where, no, you can't take the pictures of the people, So fine it. Give me mine. The stuff in the go-go, the hosted and all that. Nah, give me mine. Can I get mine? Give me mine. I'll get what you. But prior to me, the Mad Chef and all that, no, that stuff wasn't going on. DJs DJ like Tricky Rick and blah blah blah. They played, but nah, So.
John always say, I don't play go-go at the go-go.
Oh, nah.
Yeah.
No. For what?
Yeah.
You that sorry you got to do that? But to each his own. People do it, and y'all do. I ain't going to say you that sorry, but.
Right.
No, you did.
It's a lot of music out there.
Yeah.
Let me see you make people part. Even when I go on these other go-go's, I tell you, when I look around, like on a break, the main break, and nobody's dancing at all, I used to tell Jahar and all of them, don't pay me if I play on the break and nobody dancing. He'll tell you, I don't want to be paid. I'll walk in the go-go now with big boy bands, and you got a DJ. It's the break, and nobody's dancing. Nobody's dancing to the DJ. Okay, what you playing? And then you playing go-go. All right, really. So you just gonna cha-cha slide them people, and it's 2 people. It's 300 in here, and 2 people doing the cha-cha slide, the go-go cha-cha. Yeah. That's a good choice. Good choice. Good choice.
Hey, look, John, we gotta get you back up in here, man. I greatly appreciate it. Guarantee you get a bunch of calls for you to come on their shows.
My phone
everybody want to. You know what? Hey, I appreciate y'all keep following the smell that we dropping on you. You know what I'm saying? Because that's me and Miss Lady. We are innovators. That's what we do over here. So, you know, like John just said, give us ours. But actually, I don't give a damn. You know, you know who you are.
Despite all these obstacles, you keep pushing, Nico. And I'm not saying because you get it, but my push is. I'm just being honest. I don't have it no more. I'm 50. I don't want to be the go-go savior. You can have that time.
John, I'm in my 50s as well.
But you still pushing. You still living, dying this every day. I'm taking these talents somewhere else.
You know what it is? Said most definitely. He said, I got the idea from you.
Okay, there we go.
He said, that's why when you hit me, I'm there. I don't care what it is.
Oh, yeah, like, I appreciate you.
Now, my thing on it, John, honestly, is, you know, and you was, we came up in this. You know what I'm saying? You Southeast, I'm Northeast. And my thing on it is, look, if I don't do anything before they throw dirt on top of me, I'm gonna grab one of these youngins. We gonna get one of these youngins out.
That's what you got to do. It seems like they don't care no more, man. It just
somebody
the stuff that's just acceptable.
Somebody does because
I care.
It was.
Okay.
I do.
Okay. I have to hear.
So is it acceptable when a band performs at somebody's wedding and the whole band got on T-shirts? That's acceptable. That's okay.
Oh God.
It depends. Hold on.
I got a problem with that. Yeah.
Hold on.
I told my
that person that hires the entertainment.
Oh,
if
that's
you
on
hire,
them.
Why you gotta tell them?
No, listen.
Why you gotta tell them?
No, listen. If you hire Luke to come perform at your wedding.
Mm-hmm.
Is it a requirement for Luke?
You talking about pop that coochie, Luke?
You pop that coochie.
If you pick one of them, it depends. I guess you got to know what you're dealing
whatever
with.
the person is and their image that they carry, you know what they are. You know who they are.
Other people. Like Backyard puts them clothes on when they want to put them clothes on.
Definitely.
So
but I don't
think you got to send out a memo if you're doing my wedding that you need. We gotta all. We done told bands back during Murray goes, look, this is a red and white party for my wife. Blah blah
Definitely.
blah. And then you come in there. Come on, y'all.
I don't understand, but that goes into professionalism.
Well, that's
like
what
if you're hiring a band, sometimes they'll do black ties.
So they should tell me too. I don't dress like this all the time. So when I go do somebody's wedding, somebody got to tell me how to dress. Hey, yo, this ain't normal.
No, because DJs and photographers and things of that nature,
they DJ in the band.
No, I'm just saying.
If it's not in front of people.
If it's not like a band is different. You're talking.
I think it's worse for the band. You up there, you got your baseball cap
Now the
on.
agency bands and all of that stuff, that's different. They dress that attire. But if you hiring Red Essence,
it's acceptable at go-go.
No, whatever. You hiring that person to entertain you. You know who they are.
Funk and them was wearing that red and white vest and all that stuff back in the day. Wear that to my wedding. Wear that to my.
And that's what you say. That's what you say. Our colors are teal and brown. Y'all niggas need to come up with some, you know what I'm saying? Right. With some chocolate tuxes.
I said you can't go wrong. I ain't saying you got to be decked out because I know you're doing entertainment. You can give me black jeans, black polo.
You definitely can.
And some black, even if they black tennis shoes.
You definitely can, but
it
gotta come from the top.
When I look over and see what they wear at these weddings and all this stuff, I'll be like, really, you happy you got such a stuff? And your picture's going to look a mess.
Even more so, the funerals be blowing me, John.
I mean, that's a whole different thing.
Oh my God!
But that's like even back in the day. That's like how even back in the day, like if you had a little drug dealer that was, you know what I'm saying, He didn't dress us in a suit. So why put him in a suit? Why bury him in a suit? Bury him in a Sergio Tacchini sweatsuit. You know what I'm saying?
That's who he is. I respect that, but you get paid to do a service. That's a little different. You get paid to do a service. You see the staff that you done turn into. You become staff.
So when R. Kelly come and he got dressed up in a tux, like come on.
No. If R. Kelly doing my wedding, he's not gonna have on khaki shorts and a t-shirt and blah blah blah.
That's because
I ain't gotta tell him either. I ain't gotta tell him either.
You think?
Nah, I ain't gotta tell him he's not coming like that. Well, I ain't gotta tell him. Or that's not who I'm hiring.
That gotta be in your. It gotta be in because you just like you said. I never seen Frankie
in the all
white. I'm gonna say I never seen Frankie dress up in no. You know what I'm saying?
He dresses up. He dresses up though. But
what I'm saying
he gonna have on the white t-shirt, the white pants, and the white shirt. It's still gonna look good. But you at somebody's wedding, and the rest of the band. Come on, man.
What the rest of the band is what?
Just like when Back did that wedding, we did a nice joint for do the own pop radio. The whole band was right.
They supposed to be.
But I done done some weddings and some.
But you said okay, but you was like somebody with had a hat on. They can't have a hat on.
If they got both, that's there again. That's John. It depends on how I look. If you got the Chuck Brown hat on, I'll take that. But if you the entertainment, and it's just my opinion. Right. And if you performing, and you walk in, they got chair covers with the bows on the back of the chair. You don't even feel right. You want to sit over there. You don't even want to be out and be seen.
Frankie Beverly has never been seen without his hat on.
Yeah, but it depends. If somebody say it depends on what it looks
like. He's never been seen without his hat on. I don't care if it's at a wedding, a bar mitzvah. I'm gonna find a picture and send it to you. He's never performed without. I mean, I've always seen him with the baseball, with the Kango, or another version.
Don't that look sharp though?
Yes.
So
what I'm
these
saying
bands
is
ain't
that's
looking
a hat.
sharp.
That's a hat.
The hat is cocked to the side and you got on the tank top.
No, we're not talking about that. We're not talking about that.
We're in March Crossway, you got on the tank top and the hat is cocked to the side.
No, we're not doing that. I'm not calling no names. No, we're not doing that. Yeah, we're not doing that.
But it gets done.
Yeah, it does.
Frank, you just now coming in on your brother's live. Where you been, man? Have you been on your live or not? Your brother.
Oh, I don't know. I ain't been on there. I just
okay.
But you got that's where you go into professionalism and your writers and things of that nature. You know, like I'm for real, John. I understand.
Sis, it's 3:00.
There's things that's expected. You know, sometimes you got to tell people because they don't know better.
Hey, look. We thank you, John.
I thank y'all.
Hey, look, you did 2 hours with us.
Some people don't comb their hair every day, but they comb their hair for the wedding. You just got to tell them.
But you know what? This has been productive. It's productive because you know what? We shook some trees.
Yeah, I look for that book. The things I wanted to say for the past 20-something years.
Y'all gonna be the super
we got a whole bunch. We got a whole litany of other stuff to talk about. You know what I'm saying?
This includes promoters, all that. Speaking of which, I'm waiting to get paid right now. I thought I was too old for this. This don't happen too often. But
you coming back. You coming back, brother. You coming back.
Matter of fact, I might have to put you on contract for these other jokers start jocking. That's the only thing they good at any damn way.
Well, I ain't going to come up for everybody, especially where I'm going. So you know that ego. What's the too many I will come running for. I'm good.
Hey,
I'm
John,
50. I got way more behind me than in front of me.
Yeah, it is.
That church.
Well, I would. Hey, look, you don't know. You
don't
know that.
Keep on saying good morning.
Yeah,
you might
don't know
got
that.
a good 52 in you.
Yeah.
Good 52 more.
Y'all gonna wake up and be like, for real? Yeah. Mix know what's coming. For real? Yeah, for real.
Hey, look, we're gonna go out.
Thank y'all.
We're gonna go out on the classic right here. Matter of fact, this should be your theme.
Please
song.
don't call it a classic.
Just
let John say this ain't a classic.
Oh yeah, that's another debate. Lifetime Achievement Award.
Right.
You know, 22 parties. Get out of here. Get Lifetime Achievement Award. You just came about when the Facebook, when Instagram came on.
Oh.
And you get the Lifetime Achievement Award.
Hey.
All the people that was going through.
Preach.
What?
Preach.
Why don't you just put it? I respect you more if you just say, I'm throwing a party. I need some people to come. I'm throwing a party. So this is the gimmick I came up with. I respect it better. Stop disrespecting this business.
Hey, Miss Lady, you don't know. I know what the hell I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. Yeah. Hey, look, we getting up out of here on that. We got to thank our great guests. One more time. Tomorrow night. Make sure you are there. If you're part of the GoGo community, if you profess that you truly part of the GoGo community, we want to see your face in the place. Fast Eddie's. If you cannot make it, make sure, Miss Lady, how can they donate?
They can on Cre's page or all the creation outlets on anybody. My page, Cree page, Capri's page. They have all of their GoFundMe information. But if you can, you know, GoFundMe.
Cree-Marie.
Cree-Marie. They GoFundMe.
C-R-E.
Yeah.
C-R-E for those of you that's hooked on phonics.
Yeah. And GoFundMe takes a percentage. You know what I'm saying?
I'm sending a challenge to the men. To the men. Fellas, we can, you know, we be a part of the negative. Let's be a part of something positive, you know. Amen. Whether you give $1, $2, $5, whatever it is, just give something, you know.
That's
give
right.
something. And don't give it to be seen.
That's right. That's right.
I don't want to
tomorrow night,
commit
Fast
blasphemy,
Eddie's.
but there's a scripture to say that, like when you give and
store up your riches and you know.
Yeah, that's why I was saying I don't want to commit blasphemy.
With your father, it don't count down here. Well, we just talked about this in men's discipleship yesterday. But the flip side of that is somebody see you doing it. So I ain't against them. Like people, you fed the homeless and you put it on Facebook. Right. I'm really not against that. Even though you doing it to be seen, I still feel like God can see you. Somebody else gonna see you doing that. It still sends a message that you are helping the homeless. Right. But that's your cross to bear if you doing that to be seen. To be seen. Because you ain't get no credits in heaven for that. So good luck with that. Yeah. But still post it because you might inspire somebody else.
There you go. There you go. And so, like I said, thank you to the ladies of Cre8tions for coming through. The JoGo project, my main man Elijah and please
send me some stuff. I'll play it.
I got you. I mean, you won't send me nothing, but I got you.
That's true story. That's true. I don't give my brother everything. I don't give my son everything.
That's all right. But you know what?
If you sit there and look, them songs 30 minutes,
it's in my heart to give. That's what I do.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? You do you. No homo.
Quick story. I walked to a radio station meeting. They said, we need the radio station to sound the same all the time. So you're going to have to give the DJs your library. I got up and walked out.
That's right. That's right.
Where you going? Yeah, okay. If I'm going to give them my library. Yeah, okay.
What's going to make them different from me?
Huh?
Only the mix. The mix is going to, that's all I got. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That's the top. That's what you got to go on. Like, they got my,
You want some hip hop? You want some basic?
So this Thursday we got the Raw Element Dance Team coming in here, and they just won Dance Team of the Year at the Titans Award.
So did Lavelle and them win?
Yes.
Lavelle and them
well, from the poster. Well, actually, the girl that was on what's the name of the show that what was the show that your boy
the Housewives?
No, I didn't. What's his name? The boy that wore the glass, Urkel.
Okay.
What's the name of the show that was on?
Family Matters.
Family Matters. Laura from Family Matters. She's the head of the Titans Award.
Laura, the streets will let you know who's hot. So instead of people being nominated like that, just go out in the streets. Go ask 50 people. What are your favorite go-go bands? Who's your favorite DJs? If you keep seeing the same name, that's what you put on the ballot. Just ask people at random. Go to the metro station, anywhere. Yeah. And just ask some people. Don't ask the people in go-go because they're going to nominate their friends. Right. Just go around. Who's a good singer and a good neo singer, blah, blah. If they don't know, keep asking. Don't let it be a nomination thing because it makes the city look bad. And that's my opinion, too. Yeah. When you got a list of people that really ain't doing it, that shouldn't even be on the list, let alone win it.
On the next episode of That Bama Be Cranky.
That's it. Hey, thank y'all for tuning in. We see y'all.
afro, put on your high heel shoes, put on your fancy